Alright, we got some water. Got this. What up, Baba? What up, Queen Cheese? Baba is real. Baba is real. Baba is real. Also, YouTube fan of the Milok Bucket. Yay! And what up, Queen Cheese? Humans. I is human. Who is ready for more chaos? Baba's King. What up, Hunk? How's it going? How's it going? Who is ready for the chaos of chaos? We back here playing this game. There's a cat girl. Oh boy. If you want to come in and check out this game, Hunk, you're in for a treat. So let me do a recap for those who forgot what we did last time or just weren't here. So, like I said last time, I'm only going to explain the actual stuff that we're at right now. We're not going to talk about like any bad endings unless we saw them, like Tama's and Osawa's. So, let's begin. To catch you guys up to speed, Kano is a detective, and he's trying to hunt down the kidnapper. What up, Yoshimelon? What up, Caitlin? Kano is trying to hunt down the kidnapper of this girl's sister, who I can't remember her name. But, so they pay a ransom fee and try to catch a criminal in the act. Meanwhile, at the same time, Aichi, who is a eco-freak, I guess you could say. What up, word? How's it going? Who's an eco-freak who collects trash and garbage to dispose of it and stop people from littering, is just going about his business. As chaos starts erupting and people start passing by, and, you know, we have a detective who looks like a homeless person, and Aichi decides to pass by the girl and tries to help her. However, he decides, maybe I shouldn't help exactly, causing another foreigner to grab the briefcase that the sister was holding and book off with it. Aichi, in the meantime, takes the sister. I'm gonna say her name is H or something. Hey, what up, Cube? How's it going? It's a good game. It's a good game. The sister ends up being taken by Aichi to Achi to a secret place safe as a guy with a gun starts chasing him. Meanwhile, Kano is chasing the foreigner but loses the briefcase full of essentially US dollars, 50,000 US dollars, while the man with the gun catches Achi and the girl. We don't know what is going on in these two after that point. All we know is Kano lost the briefcase, and Achi has a gun pointing at his head. This game is really weird, so I'm doing the best I can to explain it. And that all happens in 1 hour, from 10 o'clock to 11. Now at 11 o'clock, all we know so far is that Tama is a girl that's stuck in a cat suit, and the cat suit can't ever be gotten off because the zipper is stuck. And she tried to talk to her boss, and her boss got taken away by the mafia. We don't know why. The boss just was taken by the mafia. That's all we know. Then we got Osawa, who is the father of the two sisters who are now kidnapped. Well, one of them is. And in this bad ending, we find out he is a bioterrorist, technically, because he created a virus, tried to distribute the virus to people to be like, let's save the world through vaccines. And scaring everybody in the process because his vaccine causes people to start bleeding out of every single hole in their body, and it can't be ever cured. And his vaccine was used for human experimentation. We got to watch it, and he is getting blackmailed, and then he finds out that his other daughter is kidnapped, and he blacks out just on the ground. He just drops dead. That's all we know so far, so let's play as this guy, Minorikawa, who we've never played as, actually, so far. But he has a nice jacket. Has a very, very nice jacket. He also punches the screen. Everyone just got punched. Is it Y? Nope. The Super Cub 90 raced down Route 246 towards Shibuya. The Super Cub 90 is a motorcycle produced by Honda with an 85cc engine displacement, a common sight around town, often used by newspaper and postal delivery workers. Many owners are big enthusiasts, sometimes even swapping out parts such as the handlebars or mufflers and giving the body a repaint, resulting in fashionable bikes that don't even look like Super Cubs at first glance. So who's a bioterrorist? Osawa, which we'll probably play as him again in a bit. This, though, was Minorikawa. The speedometer remained at a steady 60 kilometers per hour. Pumping the gas harder was no use. This was as fast as the bike would go. Minorikawa shouted as he sped along. "Damn it, I am not letting you die!" He jerked the handlebars and blew past the truck on the inside. The driver scowled at him as he shot by. "You maniac, you're trying to get yourself killed!" "Just the opposite," Minorikawa shouted back. "I'm saving lives!" The stoplight ahead turned red, cutting him off at the intersection. Oh, come on. He had no choice but to slam on the brakes, but his agitation boiled over as he waited for the signal to change again. For those who are curious, by the way, hey, what up, Mrs. Vian? How's it going? Welcome, welcome. For those who are curious, this is a visual novel with all live-action cutscenes and images. And the story changes based on the decisions that we make. We've made a lot of bad decisions so far.
How long's this thing gonna stay red? Hurry up already!
He brought the bike right up to the very edge of the line, keeping the engine revved like a dragster ready to peel out.
Not on time is not in my dictionary.
The light turned red. Then, when Norikawa's own light turned green at last, he hit the accelerator as hard as he could. His engine died with a sputter. Well, shit. That was, Well, that didn't last long, now did it? Oh my gosh. Yoshimelon with the $3. Nanomachines, son. I mean, technically. But, you know, this guy's bike just died. Can we give that $3 to him? I think he needs a new bike.
Huh? Oh, come on. What the hell?
Car horns blared angrily behind him. In a fury, he pulled his bike over to the side off the road. Well, sucks for him. Yeah, the battery's dead, isn't it? No matter what he did, the engine refused to turn over. Was the problem with the spark plug or maybe the battery? Whatever it was, he didn't have the time to figure it out now. With tears in his eyes, he left the bike, his companion of 10 years, abandoned on the roadside. Dude, are you kidding me? 10 years with a bike? Dude, you need to get a new one of those. Dude, I have not even had a bike for longer than 1 year. How, for those who ride bikes, are used to, I guess, because everyone's inside. And this was before I found out I was highly allergic to the world. How long have you owned a bike? Because I only had one for a year. And then we changed it. And then we had it for another year. And then we changed it. Usually change it every year. So he will no longer live his dream of becoming Sonic. True. But it's a weird green. Well, it sucks. He was about to break into a run when he saw a taxi dead ahead letting out a passenger. He hurried to hop into the cab.
Just head for Shibuya Station. I'll let you know exactly where once we get closer.
The taxi driver nodded coolly. That's pretty cool. Also, the King, did that say King Kong or King... That's not a G. Hold on. It's the King something... King Cook? King Cock Company? The KKC. You know, close enough. The taxi driver nodded coolly. Of course, sir.
10 minutes!
Hmm?
I need you to get me there in 10 minutes!
The driver grimaced. I'm afraid getting there in 10 minutes is a bit...
15 then!
Sir, that's still...
Look, that's all the time I can afford. Assuming traffic conditions cooperate, sir, then maybe.
Assuming traffic conditions cooperate, sir, then maybe. I can't make any promises. But Norikawa looked at the driver's ID photo above the fare meter. His name is Hachiro Kimizuka. He was a middle-aged fellow, looked a little rough around the edges.
Mr. Kimizuka, I chose you for this. You can do it.
Chose me? Sir, I'm pretty certain we met by chance.
Okay, sure. I suppose you could phrase it that way. Anyhow, can we get going?
Right, Kimizuka said with a faint sigh. I'll see what I can do. The taxi pulled away at a decent clip. Monkey looks like Yotaro. Oh my gosh. I need a new bike. Dang. 2 to 3 years, 3 now, I think. I gotcha. No longer thinks Thomas Cube. Indeedy's pretty awesome. And Norikawa's frantic journey had started 20 minutes earlier. What happened 20 minutes earlier? He'd been at home working on an interview piece. So he's a journalist. Okay. He clucked his tongue in annoyance as the ringing phone broke his train of thought. Why did somebody always call right when the words were flowing? If he didn't keep getting interrupted, he probably could wrap this piece up in no time. Be quiet, he pointed out the telephone as he yelled. I'm writing here. But his shouting did nothing to silence the ringing. He didn't have much choice but to pick up.
Minari Kara speaking.
There was no response. God, I hate when I cluck my tongue. Instead of hello, he's just... He hesitated, ready to hang up. Was this a prank call? It's me. It's Toyama. It was Teruo Toyama, the president of Heaven Publishing, a publishing company that puts on both hard-hitting nonfiction books and tabloid-style scandal rags. The invincible journalist, penned by company president Toyama himself, was a candidate for the I'm the Japan Nonfiction Prize.
Oh, what do you want? If this is about work, I'm already pretty proud.
All right, we're done with Chicken Minorikawa. He'd taken work from Heaven Publishing on several occasions, but the pay was hardly competitive. Lately, he'd been turning them down a lot, so he hadn't heard from Toyama in a while.
No, this isn't work-related.
Then what do you want? I'm kind of pressed for time here, working on some copy.
Minorikawa was in no mood to beat around the bush. It seemed like every conversation he had with Toyama went like this.
You're busy. That's good. Busy's good when you're a freelancer.
Toyama sounded unusually sympathetic. Minorikawa found it off-putting.
I hear sales have...
I hear sales have been pretty good on your end, he said cautiously, with this month's 4-star general gossip and all.
4-star general gossip with a monthly magazine, Heaven Publishing's flagship publication, a magazine focusing on the private lives of celebrities and politicians. Most of the articles found on the pages are random nonsense, but one out of every 100 or so contains an actual major scoop, making it a difficult outlet to ignore. Or, as we like to say here in America, that's called the news. That's called the U.S. News. I'm not going to talk politics or, like, current events. But if you guys want to see a soap opera, welcome to the United States. It had a small circulation and for the most part flew under the radar, but once in a while they'd land some big scoop and sell like crazy. This month's edition had come with a free scratch card, a gimmick that had moved 100,000 copies with ease.
Five winning symbols in a row wins 100,000 yen, was it? Minorikawa asked.
A weak, moist sound came through the receiver. How does one make a moist sound through the receiver? Is that what's supposed to be? Hello, Nathan's Imaginary Universe. Welcome to the stream. Hold on. How is it just is that moist? Dots. What? Hello. You came in on moist. Baffled, Minorikawa listened more closely. It came again, then again. It kind of sounded like sobbing. Oh, it's crying. Well, that's not good. Oh, shit. I know what's gonna happen. Oh, shit. No. So, okay. So, little asterisk, little star, little heart star thing. Before we get to the next hour, it usually shows like a fast clip of like a bunch of things that you're gonna see in the next hour is what I noticed last time, because I was kind of like skimming through just to like kind of get a better idea, and it showed like some things really fast, and there was one image. Bye, Nathan. Thank you for coming to stream. Take it easy. There was one image of a man in an office building that was really off-putting. I think I know what this guy wants to do.
Mr. Toyama, are you crying?
There was another soft sob and then yet another.
What's going on? Where are you?
Minorikawa asked.
At the office,
Toyama managed. He let out another mewing whimper.
What's the matter?
It's nothing.
Well, it's gotta be something. Come on, what is it?
Toyama gave no reply.
Mr. Toyama, you still there?
Silence.
What is it? What happened?
Look.
Liv doesn't tell me anything. So does... What the hell's going on?
Toyama squeaked out a drawn-out whine.
Okay, I'm sick of this. I'm hanging up now.
Minorikawa was about to break the connection when he heard Toyama murmur.
The only thing I could do now is die.
So, there's an image in this game that happened between the 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock area of a guy in an office building with a noose around his neck. Viewer discretion. I don't know if it said this. I know there's a cute cat girl that's on the thumbnail and everything. But, like, you know, viewer discretion is advised. But, I mean, if you watch Dead by Daylight, it's nothing new. If you watched AI the Somnium Files, it's nothing new. If you watched any of my Zero Escape series, nothing new. Zero Escape, there were kids talking about crazy. It was crazy. Welcome to things. The taxi lurched to a sudden stop as the driver slammed on the brakes. Norikawa pitched forward, his face smacking against the back of the seat in front of him. Kimazuka stuck his head out the window.
Careful, buddy,
He shouted at someone in the street ahead.
you're gonna get yourself killed.
It's Kano. Minorikawa blinked the stars from his eyes and saw a man moving alongside the cab. The guy grabbed onto the handle of the back door.
Please, I need to let me have this cab.
No way, Minorikawa snapped. Just who did this guy think he was?
Please, I'm begging you here.
Look, I'm in a hurry, pal. Get to your own cab.
I know how ridiculous this must sound, but please, this is really, really urgent.
Urgent?
Yes, it's a matter of life or death. Please.
The guy did look pretty desperate.
Look, I'm sorry, but I'm dealing with something urgent here, too.
Then let me ride with you. I'll pay for the whole fare. My entire future's on the line here.
The guy sure was persistent. Maybe he was telling the truth, but Minorikawa had problems of his own.
Sorry, buddy. It's life or death on my end, too. I gotta look after for me and mine.
Right. So sorry to trouble you.
Finally, the guy gave up and shuffled away. Guess it couldn't have been that much of a life-ending crisis after all. Minorikawa checked his wristwatch.
Damn it! That just cost us 5 minutes.
Try to make it up, sir.
The driver called back. The taxi lurched into motion, the engine quickly revving up to speed. Wow, that guy's fast. Look at him dab! Listen, I can dab too. Okay. Once inside the building, he avoided the elevator in favor of rushing up the stairs. Heaven Publishing rented out the 3rd and 4th floors. In all likelihood, Toyama would be at the editing department of the 4-star General Gossip on the 4th floor. When he got there, however, the door was locked.
Mr. Toyama! Hey, Mr. Toyama!
Bark, 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 bark! He shouted and banged, but there was no reply. Something was seriously wrong. Minorikawa took a deep breath and then kicked the door in. Whoa! The sight as he stepped into the office filled him with horror. Viewer discretion is advised. Viewer discretion is advised. Viewer discretion is advised. Viewer discretion is advised. Please be careful with what we're about to see, because I'm guessing it's about to get really fucked up. Minorikawa clutched the sides of his head.
I'm too late.
You can get in this game now. Don't want to spoil it anymore. I got you, hunk, but take it easy. Take it easy, man. Talk to you later. Have a great rest of your day. Oh no. If only I'd gotten here a little sooner. Bad ending already. Good job. Better leave. Just 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes of time taken. We would have been here better. Yeah, word. It's a pretty gruesome game. I don't want you to get nightmares or anything, dude. Hint, Minorikawa rushed to Heaven Publishing. Wow, Heaven Publishing and the guy died and killed himself. That's pretty brutal. As fast as he could, but he didn't get there in time to save Toyama. And sad to say, it was really all Kano's fault. Why does Kano want a taxi so badly? Check his 11:10 timestamp and the situation might become clearer. Well, that's a bad ending immediately. Well, Minorikawa, you tried your best. You did not succeed, though. You very much did not succeed. What the heck happened? Well, we didn't get to him in time, but we need to go to Kano. Because Kano, we need to figure out what's happening here and stop this from happening. As he wandered through the back alleys, Kano gritted his teeth. Going after the guy on the bike had been a bad judgment call. By the time he got back up onto the pedestrian overpass, the man who'd thrown the attaché case was almost out of sight. Stay, but I don't. I got you. Well, just to bring you guys up to speed for Kano, Kano just lost 500 50,000 yen or 50,000 US dollars to a motorcyclist. That was they threw the case over the overpass. So yeah. Kano prided himself on being fleet on foot, but he knew he would never catch the guy before he disappeared. He'd follow the culprit as far as in the alleys, but he'd lost him completely. All he could do now was hope one of his colleagues caught the man on the motorcycle. Kuze's voice crackled through the earpiece.
Mama Command Center calling all units! The suspect on the motorcycle is hiding off the case to an accomplice in Miyashita Park, another foreigner.
For real? Kano muttered. One thing immediately struck him as strange. Why hand the case off to somebody else at all? Why not just escape on the bike?
The man with the motorcycle dumped the bike and fled on foot. We've retrieved the bike and ran the plate. We've determined it was a stolen vehicle.
The stolen vehicle, the advanced police communication system, is carefully maintained. By using the digital wireless systems in their patrol cars, officers are able to directly access the station's computer network, allowing them to quickly check to see if an individual is on the wanted list or if the vehicle is stolen.
We still don't have enough details to positively ID the suspect. The suspect now carrying the attaché case is heading through Dokinzaka, also on foot. We've got him under observation.
Dokinzaka, huh? That wasn't too far from where Kano was now. By the way, I'd just like to point out that Kuzu, the guy on the mic, is an old man, but he squeaks. So that's why we give him an anime girl voice. It looks like we're dealing with
It looks like we're dealing with a foreign crime syndicate that's familiar with Shibuya. All units head to Dokinzaka, but do not, I repeat, do not attempt to apprehend the suspect with the case. Let's see where he goes.
Kano nodded to himself. Without knowing more about the crook's MO, letting this guy go for now was probably the only right call.
I just want you all to know one last thing.
Kuze's tone grew more solemn.
Whatever happens, I know I can count on each and every one of you. Don't
Disappoint me. Over and out.
Kano had the unsettling feeling that the message had been meant for him. Right, it's now or never. The sudden appearance of the syndicate and his bizarre actions were rapidly moving things beyond the jurisdiction of both the MPD and the local police. Mustering his resolve, Kano headed for Dokinzaka. Where'd you come into? Anime girl old men. That's what you just joined in on. What's up, Lily? Kano pulled his cell phone out of his pocket. It was Rumi calling. She knew full well he wasn't supposed to take private calls while he was working a case. Maybe it was an emergency? He decided to pick up. Rumi?
I'm sorry. Are you in the middle of something right now?
Kind of. Is this an emergency?
Well, yeah. So I'm in Shibuya right now and...
Shibuya? Why did she have to be in Shibuya now, of all times?
So, my father came down from Nagano all of a sudden.
What? Rumi's father, Shizo, has been staunchly opposed to the two of them getting married. Kano had visited his home many times, but the man had never even deigned to meet him. Dined to meet him. I think it's dined. I've never seen that word before. Dined.
Yeah, he told me to tell you he wants to meet with you.
What? Now? Kano blurted the words out with more alarm than he intended. You know, there's just a kidnapping going on. There's men with guns. 50,000 yen is gone. And I gotta talk to Daddy. Damn, Daddy. You think that Daddy would just, decide? Maybe a different day. Different day. But no, today. Dads, right?
I told him you were busy working, but he said he'd wait.
This can't be happening, Kano whimpered to himself. I'm sorry.
I know he can be demanding.
I'm gonna move this to the side. Wait, actually, can you guys see this? Okay, we're good. Oh, didn't mean to do that. That's not the issue. Her dad offering to wait made it harder for him to refuse. All right, Kano said, but I'll have to call you back later, okay?
I really am sorry. I'll be at the cafe called Lautrec.
It's by the train station. Rumi hung up. For a long moment, Kano stood in a daze, staring at his phone, as if keeping up with the case wasn't stressful enough. How's everyone doing? I'm doing pretty good. Nose is a little ready, but that's okay. At last he stumbled into motion, but even as he scurried Dokinzaka for any sign of a criminal, his mind remained fixed on meeting with Rumi's dad. There was no way of knowing when he'd be done with his case work today, but could he really pass up on once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get her father's approval for her hand in marriage? Once-in-a-lifetime. Odds are that this will not be the only once-in-a-lifetime experience Detective Kano winds up having today. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good odds. By the way, some information on Kano. Kano just is scared to marry this girl, so yeah. Maybe he could slip away for just a bit. There are plenty of detectives still tailing the suspect. Taking 15 minutes or so to meet with Shizu wouldn't be such a big deal, would it? This is my big chance. I should go meet with Rumi and Shuzo while I can. No, right now I've got a job to focus on. Let's talk to Daddy. It's now or never, Kano decided. His future happiness depended on winning over Shizo. He might not have the opportunity later if the kidnapping case wound up going south. He'd just have to make sure he didn't linger too long. He was trying to decide the best way to save as much time as possible when he caught sight of a taxi passing by. Oh. 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 Somehow, I feel like we accidentally killed Toyama. I don't know, just standing here in front of this taxi. Somehow I just decided to kill Toyama by standing here. Whoopsie daisy. Bye, Baba. He stepped out, and take it easy, Lily, as well. He stepped onto the street to flag the cab down. The station wasn't too far away, but it would be faster to take a car than run there. The taxi screeched to a halt. "Careful, buddy!" shouted the cab driver through the open window. "You're gonna get yourself killed!" Looking more closely, Kano saw that there was already someone in the back seat. Well, crap. He hadn't considered that the cab might already be taken. Hello, Deep. I mean, I guess that's binary. I'm gonna take a guess that's high in binary. Whoops. Ah. Hold on. I need to check this. I hadn't considered that the cab might already be taken. Still, he didn't have time to wait for another to come along. Also, I'm hearing noises downstairs. Yeah. Kano leaned in close to the back door of the taxi. "Please, I need you to let me have this cab. Beggars could be choosers, after all." "No way," snapped the passenger. He didn't seem the genial type. "Please, I'm begging you here." "Look, I'm in a hurry, pal. Get your own cab." "I know how ridiculous this must sound, but please, this is really, really urgent." "Urgent?" "Yes, it's a matter of life or death. Please." "Look, I'm sorry, but I'm dealing with something urgent here, too." "Then let me ride with you. I'll pay for the whole fare. My entire future's on the line here." "Sorry, buddy. It's life or death on my end, too. I gotta look after me and mine." Kano could see this was going nowhere. "Right. So sorry to trouble you." Kano stepped back in frustration. The taxi sped away. Kano scanned the area looking for other cabs. Instead, he spotted the man with the attaché case. He just happened to find the attaché case. Alright, then. It's that guy with the gun. It was a stroke of dumb luck, but Kano wasn't going to lose sight of him now. He decided to follow. Welcome back, Nathan. Further up again along Dogenzaka in the direction the Perp was heading was where Yamate Dore joined Route 246. Maybe the guy was planning to meet up with the getaway car. No, wait, hold on. If that were the plan, why would the gang have ditched the motorcycle earlier? Kano started tailing the man, racking his brain all the while. The suspect turned down a narrow side road. He wasn't heading toward Yamate Dore or Route 246 at all, but back toward Shibuya Station. What in the world was going on? It was starting to feel like the crooks were just messing with the investigation team. Kano radioed Kuze on the wireless. "Sir, I don't think there's any point in seeing where this guy leads us anymore." Wait. Why? Why can't I press X? Why can't I press X anymore? That's... Why can't I press X anymore? That was weird. For some reason, my keyboard just took over. The police wireless system is digital. In order to make transmissions more difficult to intercept, there are several different channels available, including the basic local channel, a common channel for contacting other nearby patrol callers, channels assigned to specific precincts, action update channels for riot squads, and so on. There is also a separate channel specifically for kidnapping cases, not on the standard wavelengths. That's pretty cool. It's like phone numbers, you know, you can call random different people. Wireless, all you have to do is just like kind of switch an earpiece. Like you just kind of press a button and it switches to a different channel. That's honestly pretty cool. It would be kind of cool to have like that Bluetooth where you're just talking with somebody. It's like walkie-talkies. Does anyone use walkie-talkies anymore? I feel like this is just way cooler.
That's what you're called to make. Keep watching him.
Sir, this is a waste of time. That girl might be in danger if... Kano's argument was cut short as he saw the man hand off the attaché case to yet another foreigner. Again? How many times were these criminals going to pull this trick? The detectives broke into two groups and followed both of the men. Nice, Caitlin. Kano followed the man with the attaché case, who eventually led him back to the area around Shibuya Station. Rumi and Shizo should be waiting at a nearby cafe right now. Kano tried to remember the name. That's right, it was called Lautrec. And Lautrec is the name of the cafe where college student Ryoko Kakinuma works as a waitress. Named after 19th century French painter Henri de Toulouse-Lautrec, they created numerous works, including many posters, book illustrations, and book covers, which are highly regarded in the art world. What's the name of the cafe in Persona 5? Is that based off the same thing? True. Very true, Caitlin. He kept his eye out for a place by the name as he tailed the target. Before long, he did spot the cafe. Its large plate glass window offered a view of the cozy interior. The sign out front led Lautrec. Looks like this was the place. The man with the case was at the intersection, waiting for the light to change. Kano took the opportunity to peer inside. He spotted Rumi right away. She was facing away from him, so the man seated across from her must be her father. Kano realized he'd never even seen a picture of him. Shizo grew organic produce up in Nagano nowadays, but until 2 years ago, he'd been a detective with the Investigation Division. MPD Investigative Division, responsible for handling crimes such as murder, kidnapping, and arson that take place within the Tokyo metropolis. Truly exceptional officers are assigned to this division. They are regularly dispatched to various regional task forces to aid in investigations, where their talents and experience often prove critical. The position of section chief is traditionally given only to dedicated personnel well-versed with crime scenes and organizational administration. Actually, question. Shibuya is a separate city than Tokyo, right? I don't know too much about, like, the cities all in Japan, but, like, I feel like everything tries to say that Shibuya is a part of Tokyo. But I think, like, Shibuya is a completely separate city, or is it a suburb? Could be a suburb. I don't know. Rumi looked up to her father for his distinguished police career and always spoke quite highly of him. Kano had figured that if he became a policeman, Rumi might appreciate that. It was the simple impulse that had led him to join the force. He joined the police force not to save people, but to get a girl. I mean, listen, man, you gotta do what you gotta do. But he had also figured that the public servants could stay afloat even in times of recession, and that his physical training would serve him well in such a line of work. Once he was a policeman, he thought he could approach Shizo with his head held high and ask for his blessing in marrying his daughter. But after Rumi graduated from university, Shizo had up and retired from police work. Even Rumi didn't know why he made the decision. Kano had traveled to Nagano many times to ask Shizo for permission to marry her, but the only response he ever got was, "I'm not giving away my daughter to any cop." Kano had never even gotten past the intercom before her father turned him away. Years on the force had nearly made Kano lose sight of what had driven him to become a policeman in the first place. A girl. Heroism, being pretty badass, stopping criminals. There's so many good reasons to be a policeman, and he had to go for the girl. Alright, and now the chance to meet Shizo face to face had finally come. He peered intently into the cafe. Across from Rumi sat an older man with a grim expression. Just who was that hard-faced fellow? It took a lot to rattle Kano, but the guy looked scary. Could this really be his sweet little Rumi's father? The prospect of meeting with him later filled Kano with sudden dread. Dang. The man went into the JR Shibuya station and stood before the ticket machine. It looked like he was planning on boarding a train. A scene from a popular movie about a kidnapping sprang into Kano's mind, where the crook had made off with the ransom money after it was tossed out the window of a train. What if this guy managed to get outside the dragnet and pull a stunt like that? It looks like the suspect is going to board a train, Kano informed Kuze over the wireless.
Make sure you stay on his trail.
Apparently, Kuze still wanted to string the perp along for a bit.
We've got the lizards ready to pursue.
Lizards. Japanese police lingo for motorcycle squads deployed to pursue suspects in urban settings. Interesting.
We'll reestablish our dragnet around whatever station he gets off at.
The man purchased a ticket for the machine and passed through the gate. There was no way to tell what station he bought a ticket for, but it looked like he was heading clockwise along the Yamanote line loop. Kano used his prepaid card and made his way through the ticket gate as well. Prepaid card. Officers do not actually get free rides on public transportation simply by flashing their badges, as is frequently depicted in TV shows and films. Doing so might risk alerting the suspect. For this reason, prepaid cards are provided ahead of time. That's interesting. That's actually a smart move. An announcement chime signaled the imminent arrival of a train up on the platform. The man made his way up the stairs, looking calm and composed. He showed no sign of checking for pursuers. Kano hurried after him. The man stopped at the very edge of the platform to await the train. Not ideal. There was no way for Kano to get close without sticking out like a sore thumb. Hi, punny. Bye, punny. The train glided up to the platform. The man gave a quick look around as he stepped aboard. Kano followed. Trains on the Yamanote line didn't stop for long, and soon they were on their way. What's going to happen? Glancing around, Kano noticed other MPD investigators who had slipped aboard the train as well. The suspect stood behind the driver's compartment, staring contemplatively at the scenery outside. The man's composure only served to rattle Kano more. A man in gaudy necktie walked past Kano, talking on his cell phone.
Yes, everything's going fine on this end, he said. There's no need to worry.
In his other hand, he carried the same sort of attaché case as the man they were tailing. He headed right toward the driver's compartment and stood next to the suspect.
Well,
that's not suspicious. Kano leaned his head subtly, straining to make out what he could on the phone conversation at the other end of the car.
Yes, of course. 225 pages, all fully proofread.
225? Article 225 in the Penal Code of Japan details kidnapping for profit and kidnapping for ransom. Accordingly, 225 is police shorthand for kidnapping. That was police jargon for kidnapping. Was this guy in cahoots with the kidnapper? Maybe the criminals had planned an attaché case swap. Kano watched the newcomer like a hawk. But rather than making contact with the suspect, the man turned around and strolled back the way he'd come. He hadn't done anything suspicious at all. Yes, right. Understood. Kano stole a glimpse of the man's face as he passed. Hi, Benny, how's it going? He stopped and looked at Kano, seemingly unaware that he was being watched. Kano decided to stare him down and look away nonchalantly. Wow, this is a choice? Chat, you can choose this choice. I'm gonna sneeze. Look at that suave guy. A, B, nonchalant? I think we got two. Benny said A first, so I'm staring him down. Kano decided to stare him down.
My apologies, the man said.
He shut his phone with a click.
I know it's rather rude to talk on one's cell phone when you're on a train, but it's just common decency.
The man affected a smile, then headed back to the car from which he'd come. Sheesh, guess I overreacted. You gotta stop staring at everyone. An oddly dressed passenger murmured in Kano's ear. Blend into your surroundings more. Sasayama, when did you get here? What up, Cassie? How's it going? The hobo was with us, but now he's wearing anime boob girl things? This is weird. His partner had somehow found time to change his disguise. Dang, he's fast. His steely expression on his face was at odds with his anime nerd getup. Kano had seen Sasayama disguise himself as plenty of things throughout the years. It's quite rare for Sasayama to actually wear a suit. On the rare occasions when he does, and he's walking the halls of his home precinct, he frequently goes unrecognized. Here are some of Sasayama's costumes, designs from his evidence notebook. Santa is a must for Christmas. Stakeouts with a smile. Keep presents in bag to calm down children in case of emergency. Okay, anime girl. Use this for train stakeouts. Don't forget awkward smile. Bag of merch. Going too far? Filled with posters and figurines. Glasses are crucial. Prized possession, clutch to chest. Point is to draw attention in crowded train cars. Dang. This guy... this guy's prepared. This guy's prepared, man. Kinda... This is okay. This tragic expression, sunglasses, suit and posture amplify wild animal side. Disguises for stakeouts at dockside warehouses. Let coworkers know beforehand so it does not to be mistaken for a real thing. Handcuffs up sleeves. Arrest crooks while practicing discipline. Might help to stop funeral robbers. nighttime stakeouts, plenty of exposure, hardcore material, emphasize bulginess, and final version. Bye, Cassie. Oh my gosh, that was great. Chef, magician, samurai, and an astronaut to name a few, but this was a new extreme, even for him. When he first joined the force, Kano had found Sasayama's costuming antics amusing, wondering where he managed to find his outfits, but lately his quirk had become tedious. You like the ocean?
Yeah, you like the ocean?
Huh?
Never mind.
Sasayama pulled a small bottle from his breast pocket. Yo! Yo, this is the drink that we gave. Yo, we gave Sasayama this drink. We gave Sasayama the drink.
Drink this while you can.
Guessing you haven't eaten.
Guessing you haven't eaten.
Huh? What's this?
Least I can do.
He handed Kano the bottle, then slipped away into the next compartment. He pulled an all-nighter and hadn't eaten, so he was glad to have something. He took a sip. Whatever this was, it was bland. It almost didn't taste like anything. Just what had Sasayama given him? Ah, what the heck, anything's better than nothing. He brought the bottle to his lips and chugged the contents down. Hey, Sammy, how's it going? Was that label? So it's an instant weight loss drink, is what the scam is, essentially. Like, essentially it's supposed to be this really terrible tasting drink, but it's supposed to make you lose pounds, like, weight instantly. And when we played as Tama, we gave Sasayama the drink. Uh-oh. He suddenly got a massive head rush. He felt a heat like a burning that spread from his insides throughout his whole body. No, that wasn't right. It was an ache. It was a ferocious ache. A burning that spread from his insides to his fingertips, and there was pain. A numbing that spread from his insides all the way down to his toes. Burning, aching, hurting. Burning, aching, hurting. Burning, aching, hurting. Twitchy, itchy, dizzy, sleepy, chilly, willy-nilly. This was not good. This was super duper not good. He broke into a cold sweat, his full drenched, his body damp and clammy all over. He felt his grip on consciousness slipping. Sasayama, what the hell did you do to me? With bleary eyes, he squinted to read the writing on the bottle. But, no. After a scant few letters, Kano blacked out. We killed him with the drink. Bad ending. We killed him with the drink. The least he could do. Kano blacked out after drinking an unknown substance without checking to see what it was. What he drank, it turns out, was a free sample of something called Burning Hammer. But don't blame Sasayama. He was just passing along the sample he got from somebody in a mascot out costume. Oh my gosh, the cat killed the detective. The cat mascot killed the detective. This cat just killed the detective. This cat just killed the... Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. Well, bad ending list. Yeah, I know. Oh my gosh. Well. We had options. We lost these options, and now we got 4 bad endings. All right, let's see what's going on with Achi. He's at gunpoint right now. The man with the cane aimed his gun at Hitomi. Oh, Hitomi's the girl who's like about to get kidnapped. His face devoid of emotion. Please, the girl said, trembling. Why are you doing this? But the man did not reply. Quickly, Achi stepped in between Hitomi and the gun, spreading his arms wide. Stop, he said in English, one of the few English words he knew. He quickly reverted back to Japanese. Who the hell are you? Who the hell are you? Still, the man did not respond. You know this guy, Hitomi? No. Achi was sure he'd never seen the man either. What are you after? Money? Because if you are, boy, you're wasting your time chasing us. The man furrowed his brow, adjusting his point of aim at Achi's face. His bloodthirsty gaze left Achi no doubt that he was willing to pull the trigger. Reflectively, Achi took a step back, his foot clattering against a discarded beer bottle. We're going to get gunned down for sure, unless we could find some way to catch this guy off guard. It didn't need to be much. If Achi could just distract the gunman for a moment, buy himself the briefest window. Shoot me then. Come on, do it. He stepped forward as he shouted, hoping the provocation would confuse the guy for just long enough. Even as Achi moved, the gunman's attention was distracted for an instant by a sudden sound. The phone in his breast pocket was ringing. Seeing his chance, Achi lunged forward in an attempt to wrest the gun away, snatched up the beer bottle and swung it at the assassin, grabbed Hitomi, and ran. I think running seems like the safest option. I don't think we'll get shot at all. Hitomi! Achi grabbed Hitomi and ran. He charged the man in the doorway, kicking at the cane he leaned on. The assassin lost his balance and stumbled to the left. Run! Still holding Hitomi's hand, Achi rushed out of the club. The two sprinted away through the side streets and alleys of Shibuya. Achi began to feel as if they were running some maddening maze. Before long, the two had made it almost as far as Aoyama. Wait up! Huh? Achi, wait up! Achi glanced back at Hitomi. Ah, my bad. Guess we've been running pretty hard. You tired? Hitomi shook her head. No, it's just I have to get to Dogenzaka. Dogenzaka? What for? What could you possibly need to do there now? That's what I was told when I was handed over the attaché case. The man leaned into whispered to Hitomi as he reached out for the case. You're going to do exactly as I tell you. 2 things. He wore a cool, faint smile as if there was some casual conversation. First, you're going to go to Dogenzaka and get in the blue van there. Hitomi nodded wordlessly. Second, you will not attempt to contact either the police or your family in the meantime. His chilling tone broke no argument. Just those 2 things that will let your sister go. Hitomi nodded again. The man flashed her a big, bright grin. Okay then, give me the money. A blue van in Dogenzaka, huh? Achi murdered. So that's why you said the police were a no-go. Yes, exactly. Hitomi's voice betrayed her desperation. I wonder if your sister's in that van then. If she is, then we gotta hurry. The issue lay in how to get to Dogenzaka. They could probably avoid their pursuer if they kept to the streets only the locals usually knew about. That means staying off the more well-trafficked routes like Roppongi Dori or the stretch between Miyamazuzaka and the station. The side roads south of the station were their best bet. It was going to be a long detour. Alright, come on! Turning, Achi headed back to the way he had come. After a moment of confusion, Hitomi followed. Achi, there was a note of worry in her voice. Hey, don't sweat it. I actually live in Dogenzaka. We're heading right back to my old neighborhood. Hitomi bowed her head. Thank you so much. Hey, it's no problem. I had to help him anyway. Achi gave her a grin and she cracked a tiny smile of her own. Hey, you two. Got a minute? Achi looked around. A pair of men approached from across the street. There was something shady looking about them. Achi's protective instincts kicked in and he stepped in front of Hitomi. If these guys meant trouble, he wanted to be ready. We've just, want to ask you something. The younger of the 2 men drew in closer, a sharp gleam in his eye. Achi braced himself. Ask us what? You know where the Nokane building is? The man held up a flyer. It was for some sort of health food sales demo. Come on, man, the Nokane building. You know where it is or not. Achi knew the name. Wasn't that one of the buildings on Center Guy? There was near Dogenzaka, the same direction he was going. No harm in helping a couple of lost dudes. Achi pointed them in the direction of Center Guy. I don't like the thought of these 2 following Hitomi and me. Achi pointed them in the opposite direction of Center Guy. So, no need to feel sad, Sammy. Stop overthinking. So, here's what I'm thinking. These are the mafia loan sharks that take Tama's, Mr. Dude guy. So, I'm gonna say no. These guys can go F off. I don't like the thought of these 2 following Hitomi and me. Achi pointed them in the opposite direction from Center Guy. Pretty sure it's that way, he said. Hey, thanks, man. Sorry to bug ya. The 2 men headed off toward the main road. Take the sheeples. Yay! It's Mrs. Vian, by the way, Sammy. Vian is somebody different. Achi and Hitomi hurried onward, following the sparsely trafficked side streets toward Dogenzaka. I don't think they knew this part of Shibuya was here, Hitomi said as she looked around. Yeah, a lot of people don't. I used to mess around in this neighborhood when I was a kid. Hey. Soundmiak, same. Can you get their kidneys eaten? True, Caitlin. There is a mishmash of rundown residences and office buildings. Almost nobody ever comes here unless they live or work in one of these streets. And check it out. Over there, a rare first-hand glimpse of the Shibuya River. A Shibuya River is a minor river that runs from the Miyamusa Bridge to the Tengen Bridge, depicted in the 36 views of Mount Fuji by Edo period Ukui artist Hokusai. In Hokusai's time, fireflies were collected from the Shibuya River and presented to the shogun, lending credence to the idea that the river was indeed clean in the past. Aw, pollution. Pollution sucks. Fuck pollution. Have you always lived in Shibuya, Achi? Yep, born and raised. Achi bent down to pick up a piece of trash on the roadside. That's why I do this. It just pisses me off to see folks make a mess of this place. He picked up another piece of trash. I don't have a job, so I just pick up garbage every day. Man, what am I even doing? Like, cleanup even matters now. Hitomi took a long, hard look at his face. What? He demanded. What is it? You're a strange one, Achi. That's so? She was right, of course. It was sort of strange collecting trash every day instead of getting a job. He had his reasons for it, but they weren't important right now. Right now, the important thing was getting Hitomi to Dogenzaka. Come on, he muttered. Oh, a sudden angry shout broke the silence as they hurried along. Hey, hold it right there! Achi and Hitomi stopped, but the shout wasn't directed at them. Further up the road, a group of thuggish-looking men were having some kind of argument. The man who was shouting had grabbed one of the others by the neck. Idiots, are you still gonna got the gall to call yourselves SOS? SOS, the Studs of Shibuya, a youth gang operating out of Shibuya founded by Achi Endo. Its current leader is Susumu Nishizawa. The Studs of Shibuya. The Studs of Shibuya. How hot are they? 1 to 10. I mean, yeah, Susumu, but... The other men standing around looked distinctly uncomfortable. It takes money to run an organization. No, I know, and since it's not like you're Achi or nothing, I thought you could maybe spare some help on that front, boss. Boss, the top dog, the man in charge, the head honcho. Here it refers to the leader of SOS, Susumu. A change in leadership can really shake up an organization. The new boss's personality and disposition are a huge factor in whether the group continue to prosper. The fact that Susumu is being asked to spare some help on the monetary front suggests that he still has things to learn about being in charge. Hitomi looked at Achi when the stranger spoke his name. He smiled awkwardly, then turned back to the altercation. Shut your mouth, Susumu barked. How dare you say Achi's name in my presence? Hey, Achi called out. What was that about me? As soon as they saw him, the other men went pale. Achi kept his tone casual as he strolled up to the group. Susumu, you can't just give the guy a beat down in broad daylight. To mess someone up, super bad, usually with punches and kicks. Tends to happen. Don't want to shock the upstanding people of our fair city. Achi, Susumu glared. Can we drop pleasantries? Aight, Achi replied with a hint of a sneer. You got it, Susumu. I'd like to point out we're not on first name basis. Uh-oh. With that, Susumu turned and stalked away. His buddies followed suit, leaving Achi and Hitomi alone again. Poor Achi. Did you know that guy? Hitomi asked. His name's Susumu Nishizawa. And yeah, I know him. Or I thought I did. Used to be friends way back. Me and those guys are all part of the same crew, but I bailed a little while ago. Well then. Achi fell silent. To his great relief, Hitomi didn't pry further. Missed you too, Mrs. Vian. Hugs and sheeples. Get all the sheeples in chat. Achi and Hitomi had gone a short distance further when he caught sight of a man picking something up alongside the train tracks. Huh? I wonder. Achi went over to him. Hey man, you picking up trash by any chance? Huh? The man let out a panicked shout. Taisi Yasuda, 35 years old, just opened up a knick-knack shop in Shibuya. Achi knows Shibuya like his own backyard, but the Yasuda guy is new enough that Achi doesn't recognize him. Sorry, it just kind of looked like that's what you were doing.
Oh, yeah, picking up trash, of course.
The guy seemed pretty unnerved. Like, I just got to thinking, man, this place is filthy.
Like, I just got to thinking, man, this place is filthy.
Right on! Achi clasped a man's hand in his own. That's a face. That's the face you want to see when you wake up. You know, you're just relaxing, you're just sleeping, you got your good old plush on your left hand, you got your blanket on your right, just relaxing, and then all the first thing you see, you open your eyes, you know, if you have the ability to smell, you're smelling the daisies, you're smelling the flowers, you close your eyes, you slowly open them, and all you see is... Hi. Hi, how are you? Do you like trash? I like trash. Like... No, she's saying alcohol, Sammy. She's saying alcohol. Somebody else gets it.
Oh, they do?
Totally. I see all this trash around this over the place. I can't stand it.
Oh, yeah, sure.
The man breathed a sigh of relief.
I can't stand it when somebody throws something away when it can still be useful.
I hear that.
That's the spirit.
Achi pulled out the trash he had stuffed in his pocket. Here you go.
Huh?
Go ahead, have all of it. The man looked dumbfounded. Usually I go around picking up the trash around here, but I've got a little thing I gotta do today. You got it from here. I'm counting on you.
What? I actually am kind of...
Great, thanks! She beamed in approval, then rejoined Hitomi and headed down on the street. I think that's a bad guy we just gave trash to. The man let out a sigh.
Fine.
Sleep at night. I got you, Mrs. Vian. Slipping through a narrow back alley, they came out near the top of Dogenzaka. Achi looked down the hill, but didn't see a blue van anywhere. He and Hitomi started making their way down towards Shibuya Station. Hitomi muttered to herself, I don't see it parked around here. Her face twisted up with worry. It was a lot harder to find street parking closer to the station. Hitomi, hold up. Achi had a sudden idea. He darted into a nearby soba restaurant, motioning for Hitomi to follow. Aya, he called out to the proprietress, a sharp-eyed middle-aged woman. You're looking as lovely as ever today, I see.
Oh, Achi, are you done collecting trash for the day?
The lady took a look at Hitomi, her eyes lighting up. Her lady is Maki Yonita. When she was 19, she happened to stop by this place and was captivated by the chilled curry soba. By the day's end, she had decided to make the restaurant her new home, marry the owner at age 22, and they managed the establishment together. Last year, her husband of 30 years passed away. Now she safeguards the generations-old secret of chilled curry soba on her own. Well, that's awesome. Soba noodles are the greatest. Oh, you're good. No, Mrs. Vian is, good friends, I suppose.
Is this your girlfriend?
Huh? Oh, no, it's nothing like that. The proprietress was undeterred.
Oh, she looks just like a model. She's the spitting image of me at that age. My. Achi's got himself a girlfriend.
I'd say it's not like that. The woman waved Hitomi over.
Now, you know Achi's got a bit of a mouth on him, and he's not the sharpest tool in the shed, but he's a sweet boy. Okay.
Hitomi forced a polite smile to her face.
He'll try to deny it, but don't you listen. Has he told you about Suzune?
Ma'am, please. Achi jumped in on the conversation. You gotta hear me out.
Whatever's the matter? I'm just trying to talk up your good points.
Have you seen a van parked around here?
A van? Let me think. Yes, come to think of it, there was.
Lamau is laughing my ass off. Hitomi leaned forward.
Where is it now? She asked. Well, I'm not really sure. I don't keep a close eye on things outside, after all.
Hitomi slumped. I see.
I know it doesn't look like it, but I've been quite busy today. The man who makes my noodles came by earlier to settle accounts, and we fought over it. No head for finances, that one. That's his problem, honestly. And on top of that, of course, my part-timer Masa had to have today off. Honestly.
Masa, first-year student at Midoriyama Academy, a sweet young man who works as a part-time delivery driver for Dogen Hut and sends all of his leftover money to his mother out of the country. Lately, however, he's gotten himself a girlfriend. He's been sending money back home less frequently. His little house job doesn't pay enough to both support his mom and cover his dating expenses, so he's scheming for a way to make it rich quick. Well, dang. Anyway, there. Achi frowned. Had she really seen a blue van, or was she just being chatty? Older women who ran tobacco shops or noodle houses didn't seem to have a knack for spotting details, but women of her age were not always the most reliable. I mean, listen, older women usually have a lot of knowledge. Take that as you will. Older women who ran tobacco shops and noodle houses did seem to have a knack for spotting details. Achi decided to follow up some more. Was there anything unusual about this van? Well, let me think. The woman frowned, pausing a moment in thought. Aha! A flash of recollection shone in her eye. That's right, now I remember. I think there was some foreigner sitting inside. Achi and Tommy exchanged glances. Yes, I'm sure of it. The man who makes my noodles said he saw it too. Was there anything else? Was there anything else? Tommy asked. No, not that I can remember. Tommy hung her head in frustration as they left the soba shop. Achi did his best to cheer her up. Hey, we might still find that car and start waiting around here for a while. Just waiting? What good would that do? It's possible that they went looking for you when you didn't show, Achi said. Maybe they'll come back, you know? He sat down on the edge of a planter outside the restaurant. That's a great pufferfish in the background. I'm sorry to hear the day's been terrible, but don't worry, it shall get better. It's all good, Mrs. Vian. But the criminals already have the money, she said anxiously. Even Achi understood the implications. Now that the crooks had the ransom, their hostage was nothing but a liability. Why take the risk of letting her go when they had already had what they wanted? The situation was bad, very bad. Still, just running around Shibuya willy-nilly was only going to tire and frustrate them. Achi wanted to make sure Hitomi had the chance for a little break. We don't have anywhere else to look, so let's just give it 10 minutes, okay? He said. Hitomi seemed unconvinced. Ooh. She looked like she might just march off down Dogenzaka at any moment. I understand how you feel, but you know what they say. Slow and steady, stay in place. I think it's win the race. Hitomi burst out laughing. What's so funny? It's slow and steady wins the race. See, I knew it. Medicine can help Sammy, don't worry. Oh, it's all good. I mean, I was almost falling asleep earlier today. I slept for 8 hours today, and I was more tired than when I sleep for 4. So, gosh, for real? Hitomi smiled and sat down beside him. All right, she said, we can wait here for 10 minutes. Cool, we've run enough races today already, right? Excuse me. Hitomi kept her eyes on the cars passing through Dogenzaka for a while. Then she murmured softly to Achi. Thank you so much for everything, really. You can thank me after we find this van. I'm sure if I'd been myself, I'd been in too much of a panic to do anything. What can I say? I try to keep my head up and face things as they come. You're quite the optimist, aren't you? Achi grinned. He tried to recall what optimist meant. He was pretty sure it had something to do with doctors. Or maybe glasses. Alright, Achi, you're dumb. You're stupid, but you're also really smart for knowing what an optician is. But you don't know what an optimist means. The shy, sweet look on Hitomi's face as she said it, though, made him figure it probably wasn't a bad thing. Whatever it was. GG, man. GG. Cars drafted on by, one after the other, but they saw no sign of a blue van. After a while, even Achi began to grow impatient. This was starting to feel like a waste of time. And then... the blue van. It's gotta be the blue van. Hey, tell me, look! And there it was. Uh-oh. Keep out. What? What? Huh? Well. Alright. I mean, we're getting close to 1040 to 1050. We're getting close to the next block. That's for sure. But we can't go any further, so we need to find a way to continue further. Wait. Yad Cave? Alright, so let's I don't even know. I don't even know. Alright, well, we need to get bad endings and we need to start moving forward. So I think the way to, let's try to get to through the story itself first, and then we can keep going. So first thing we need to do is we need to make sure that we don't give, yeah, we're gonna play as Tama, but we're not gonna give Sasayama the hobo. So we need to give it to the businessman. Clutching the free sample in my furry fist, I try to force it on the businessman to my left.
Here you go, sir! A free sample of Burning Hammer, the latest greatest diet.
Sorry. Here you go, sir. A free sample of Burning Hammer, the latest and greatest diet drink. The businessman flashes me a look of utter contempt and makes a point of avoiding me as he slips past. Bam! There goes the wind right on my sails. I wonder how the other mascot is doing about now. Alright, cool. So, with that being said, Kano should be in a good spot right now. So, since we're stuck in a cat costume, let's see what we can do now. This doesn't seem like a really important decision. Let's ask Chiri to assist me. I decided to ask Chiri. Right now we're trying to get the costume off. Hey, Carly, how's it going? What in the world is this game? It's a live-action visual novel featuring 5 characters. Right now, all we know is there's a kidnapping going on, and Purple Dude guy right here is all about bioterrorism. But that's pretty much it. What just happened? So we have to flash between different points of the story to, like, make different options. For those who are curious about Tama, Tama is a mascot that's handing out free samples for Burning Hammer, which is a weight loss drink. But if we hand out Sasayama the Burning Hammer, it will kill Kano when Sasayama gives him the drink. So we chose to give it to the businessman, but the businessman turned it down, but that means Kana was saved. Right now, we're just choosing on how to take off the costume, but the costume is permanently on Tama. Sorry, would you mind helping me pull up my... Ow! I feel a dull throbbing pain in the back of my head. I like to bump my head somewhere, but I don't remember doing that recently. Cheery flashed at me a curious look. What are you doing? She asked. I thought maybe I could at least get the head off. That ain't gonna work. That thing's attached to the body. I slumped forward in defeat, faceplanting on the tabletop. No! Most folks wouldn't have noticed that when they put it on, you know. Well, I didn't. The boss helped me get into this thing. Well, don't let it get you down, Chewie says. Also, look at that fluffy thing in the bottom right corner. I want one. Where do I get one of those? Watch the first stream? You probably... Yeah, there's a lot that happens. It's similar to AI, where there's a lot of things that happen. It's really difficult to explain, but I try to do my best to explain it at the beginning of every stream. You gotta go now. No worries, Sammy. Take it easy. Take it easy. So it's a lot of timeline, character jumping is what it is. Well, don't let it get you down, Cheery says. Here, drink some of this. She pulls a bottle with a straw from her bag and pours some of the tea into it. In a fever of thirst, I jam the plastic straw through the mascot costume's mouth. Thankfully, it reaches as far as my own. Is cursed? Yeah, a little bit. Tama's story seems cursed, Yoshi. That's true. A suck for all I'm worth. Keep in mind that the cat's good at sucking. A suck and a suck and a suck. Suck, 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 suck. My body rejoices as the moisture returns to it, like rain coming to the desert. And thus, I revive. Actually, it kind of does feel like I'm coming back to life. Oh, thank you so much. I'm never going to forget this as long as I live. With tears welling up in my eyes, I clutch Cheery's hand in my very fuzzy mitts. Hey, I'm not that kind of person to abandon someone in need, you know. She replies. Hey, Siren, how's it going? Welcome to cat sucking. Well, the cat sucking water, but yeah. It's all good, Salmon. It's all good. An embarrassed grin crosses her face. How come you're carrying this bottle around with you anyway, I ask. Oh, that's because I make my own protein juice. Protein juice? Never heard of it. I heard that if you have protein juice for one of your 3 meals a day, you'll lose weight. So yeah, I kind of need to keep it. Given Chewy's sort of, well, chubby frame, I don't think the protein's been working great for her. I've been trying all sorts of stuff, but right now protein is totally the best thing for my diet. This stuff, though? Cherry casts her eyes on the samples of Burning Hammer on the table. Don't drink Burning Hammer. Don't drink Burning Hammer. It will kill you. It will literally catch you on fire and burn your insides. Don't do it. Kano tried it, and he's dead right in a different timeline. Also, look at that fluffy blue thing. I want it so bad. I want it so bad. It's like totally bogus. Huh? Bogus? That's a surprise. Well, yeah, Chewie says. You gotta exercise if you want to burn body fat. She smacks herself on one flabby arm. I mean, there's no way you're gonna lose weight by taking on more calories. Huh, didn't she just say she was drinking protein juice to lose weight? I keep that thought to myself. I mean, that'd be ridiculous as all you can eat Kobe beef, she adds. She shakes her head seriously. I'm not sure about using all you can eat. Anything as an example in a discussion about weight loss. But again, I keep the thought to myself. But hey, a job's a job, Chewie says after a moment, perking up again. They tell me to sell this junk and I'll sell it. The door flies open suddenly and a loud voice belts out.
Hold it right there!
So, for a little bit of a catch-up, no worries, Sammy, take it easy, take it easy. It's telling a long story. Yeah, that guy's got a cool fro, though. So, just to get you guys caught up to speed, by the way, if Achi did not tell the loan sharks where the building was, this guy would have gotten murdered by the mafia, and Tama would have been stuck in a cat costume for the rest of her life. Now, we're talking to Afro Man. I whirled around in panic to see an odd-looking man standing in the doorway. It's Junichi Yanagishita. He's the guy who hired us. I heard that, Cherry. Don't you go call him a product junk. That's disrespectful. Cherry gave him an apologetic look. Whoops, sorry about that. You should be, but whatever. If you really have doubts, have a try for yourself. Mr. Yanagishita pulls a bottle of Burning Hammer from his coat pocket. That's the wrong button. Burning Hammer. Sister products include Del Sweats, Cellulose, Better Sweater, Dom Pepperone, Power Burn Z, Mr. Thin, Nega Chow, Super Nega Chow. Well then, I stand this guy though. Wow. At first glance, it looks like some kind of energy supplement, but the cheapo label gives an immediate impression of sketchiness. Go on, says Yamagashita. Give it a go! She reaches out to take it. But no sooner does she grab the bottle than Mr. Yamashita shouts out once more. Wait, hold on! What? Cheery squawks. What gives? You two? You're both good stomach-wise? Stomach-wise? Yeah, drinking the stuffs on an empty stomach can cause some pretty nasty problems. Such as killing a detective as he's about to catch a criminal. Literally, it says in Kano's story when he gets the bad ending, man, I have an empty stomach. I hope this fills me up, and kills him. So just make sure you eat or drink something beforehand. Doesn't matter what, really. Wait, nasty problems? Yeah. Such as what, I ask. Well, at least we saved Kano in this timeline. I'd rather not say. Nobody would buy it otherwise. But why do we feel like Kano died? Seriously? It's all good. It's all good. I just had lunch, Chiri says. She flashes a carefree smile. Well, I haven't eaten yet. But on the other hand, I've been guzzling as much iced tea as I can to fill myself up. It's probably safe for me to try this stuff. Aw, Yoshi. Oh no. Oh, Yoshi, be nice first off. Secondly, Mrs. Vian, please don't be sad. It's okay. I think he's actually saying fuck you to Wizboo Bacon Bot. But either we kill the cat, we save the cat, or we go crazy. Yoshi, be nice. Come on now. Corner, Mrs. V. Cassie, we need a Vian sheeple for Mrs. Vian right now, please. We need emergency sheeple. We need emergency sheeple. Plop down all the sheeples. Get all the sheeples. What up, that cameo? Well, we're killing a cat today. I may as well try it. In for a penny, in for a pound. And hey, maybe it'll help me lose some weight. I stick the bottle of burning hammer into my mascot head mouth. It has an unexpected smell like curry. Getting my own lips around the mouth of the bottle, I coop down the liquid inside. Huh? It doesn't taste like anything. A handful of seconds go by. What the heck? It feels like a firecracker just exploded inside my mouth. Now it's spicy. Way too spicy. It's just like I swallowed a chili pepper coated in curry powder. Before I know it, I'm sweating bullets. Well, you sweating? Mr. Yagashita asks. Like a whole lot? You are, aren't you? Why does he sound so happy about that? That right there is the magic of burning hammer at work. Cheery and I are at a loss for words. Burning hammer! Drink all you want and just burn those pounds away. How's that sound? Good, huh? This is just so stupid spicy it makes you sweat, Cheery blurts out. Blunt and to the point, I approve. Yeah? Well, I guess you're right, Yagashita says. He hangs his head. What is in this stuff? I asked. Meanwhile, Catgirl is going down with a fight. I can still feel my tongue tingling. Heck, my body is almost too numb to move. I'm so shocked I even forget to properly get angry. So it's this health food product that got imported from America a few years back, Yanagashita explains. But the import agency went out of business so long after and couldn't move the merch. So I bought up the whole lot. Everything they had in their storehouse. Spent all the money I had on it. That's why the mafia's after you. That's why. What up, Carly? Cheery arches her an eyebrow. How much did it cost you, she asks. 1 million yen for 300 bottles. This guy's stupid. Carly, do you really want to husbando this guy? Does he use particular skin for him? I'll get right back to you on that one. I can scarcely believe my ears. 300 bottles at 1 million yen for the lot? That's roughly 3,333 yen apiece. Each one of these teensy little bottles costs over 3,000 yen? You got ripped off, man, Cheery says. Carly, I think he uses shirtless David but I'll get back to you on that one. You really think so? Yeah, you're probably right. He hangs his head even more despondently. This is the sort of thing they'd sell in 100 yen shops or something. Ouch, Cheery, moving in for the kill. 100 yen shops, really? Mr. Yanagishita lets out a heaviest of sighs. I'm starting to feel pretty bad for the guy, actually. Don't let it get you down, sir, I say, hoping to comfort him as the cat slowly is dying on the ground.
It tastes great. I feel like this could kill somebody, but it will be fine. We gotta tell them to eat. Man, it felt like in a different timeline somebody could die from this thing. Oh, it's pretty bad. Whew. Man, it's hot. Good thing I'm a cat. I got 9 lives, so we'll live. But man, I get the feeling this weird detective guy probably died from this. I don't know a detective, but I feel like one could die from this.
Mr. Yanagishita just lets out a sob-choked sigh. I'll try again.
It'll be okay. Whether or not it helps you lose weight, it is spicy. It does make you sweat.
Sigh, a deep breath emphatically exhaled, often a sigh of disappointment, stress, or unrequited love. Also a way of expressing the anxiety brought on by a massive debt. One has no money to give, only sighs. Right around now, Minoru Minorikawa is in a company of somebody inclined to sigh this way. Oh, what? What? Really? Yeah, I'm excited, that cameo. That's why I'm playing this game. Excuse me, I'm just sneezing in the corner there. So this is a mechanic in the game where you jump between two people's stories based on a choice. I don't understand why we're jumping from the cat to the guy who's about to hang himself. That's a little bit of a stretch game. I'm not sure I follow, Chiri says. How much you selling these bottles for, boss? 15,000 yen per bottle. 15,000 yen per bottle. Selling all 300 bottles would yield proceeds at 4.5 million yen. After deducting expenses such as the cost of the product, rental fee for the venue, pay for the part-timers, and printing flyers, this yields a net profit of roughly 2.5 million yen. It's doubtful that anyone would pay 15,000 yen for a single small bottle, but you never know. There could be a few housewives or young women out there who'd fork out that much in the name of weight loss. A terrifying thought. This guy's dumb.
What? Say what?
Chiri's jaw practically hits the floor. Mine does the same. No way. No freaking way. Calling that price point absurd wouldn't begin to do it justice.
Well, look, selling it at that price is my only option. I need to cover my costs. Anyway, please, I need you both to work your hardest.
Apparently he's committed to this insane course of action. Okay, Chiri replies. It's more like a sigh than a proper response, but I can't blame her. As for me, I can't even find the words. I'm so flabbergasted. Just sit there and don't speak up. Isn't this just a scam, sir? Sir, isn't this just a scam? I can't just sit there and not speak up. Isn't this just a scam, sir? Sorry, can't hear you. Yamakishita plays dumb. Fine, I repeat myself. This is a scam, isn't it? He tilts his head to one side. Something's wrong with my ear. Undeterred, I repeat myself one more. This is a scam, isn't it? Tears are welling up in Mr. Yanagishita's eyes. Look, kid, he says huskily. Listen up. He's clearly struggling to maintain his calm. You're in the grown-ups world now. I nod a few times. But a scam is still a scam, right? I say. Welcome back, Papa.
You!
Sir?
What's your name again?
Oh, it's Tama.
Okay, Tama, why are you still wearing your costume?
What? He straight up dodged my question. Oh, well, at least I tried. I explained the situation with my suit.
Wow, so then, are you going to do the sales demo like that?
Well, if I can't take the mascot costume off, I don't have much of a choice, do I?
No, that won't do it all. I hired you to be a model. If you're wearing that thing, then what's the point?
I'm at a loss for words. The point is exactly what he's missing. It's not like I'm wearing this getup because I want to.
How about we just cut it off for you?
Shuri says with a big grin. This girl gonna kill somebody with some skizzers. This girl gonna kill somebody with some skizzers. Somebody gonna die. She pulls a massive pair of scissors out of her bag. Okay, girls, can I ask a question? For girls with purses or bags, I'm just curious. How deep is the purse that you guys usually have or bag? Last I checked, I thought you could lose a person in there. I'm pretty sure I got lost in a purse once. You know. Yeah. The blade makes an unsettling snip snip sound and she waggles them in my face. Whoa, no, you can't do that, Yanagishi exclaims. That suit's a rental. I don't want to have to reimburse them for the thing. Well then, what am I supposed to do, I ask. He looks at me uncertainly. Maybe you could have someone from the rental place come down, Sorry, oh wait, wrong person. I got you, Carly. Maybe you could have someone from that rental place come down, Shiri suggests, before helping herself to the rest of my lunch. Oh hey, good idea, Yanagashita says. He seems to be making an effort to calm himself down at least. I'll try to grin and bear it till then, Tama. Well, I guess that's that then. I'm sure we'll get it off eventually, I'm sure we'll get it off eventually, I say. Hopefully before the demo. That's the spirit. I really need you to be my model. A model, huh? It's flattering, but I can't help but wonder, would I be any good at that? Well, this is no time to be timid. We don't even know what we look like. I need that money, no matter what. Did we do a good ending? My troubles all started earlier this morning. Did we get to see what we look like? I was at a knick-knack shop at Center Guy. I'd happened to pass by and I spotted a red necklace on display on the storefront, and I got this weird sensation when I saw it. You could maybe call it deja vu, something like that. It was as if I'd been drawn to it somehow. 40,000 yen. This was mine, I was sure of it. I wanted it. No, I needed to make it mine. As soon as I possibly could. That's how strong the feeling was. The price was 40,000 yen. I checked my wallet repeatedly, but I only had 20,000 on me. Nonetheless, I needed to have it. There was just one question. How? Somehow I managed to drag myself away from the shop. Just a few minutes later, I ran to Mr. Yanagashita. Hey, a voice said out of nowhere. If you want, I can pay you 10,000 for a day's work. I found myself staring at this frumpy middle-aged man who was handing me a business card. Managing Director, Junichi Yanagashita, Yamato Health Foods Co., Ltd. I'm in a real bind here. Need some extra help. Would you mind coming with me? I'm begging you. Just one day. He seems pretty sketchy. As much as I needed money for that necklace, I wasn't going anywhere with some random weirdo. I ignored him and tried to just walk off. Please! Please! Yanagashita grabbed me by the hand. Watch it, pal, I snapped. Hands off him, started shouting for help. Please, it's not like that. Just hear me out. Look, I'm in a hurry. Please, please! Knock it off! I spun forcefully away from him, yanking my hand from his grip. Oof. Oh, we have brown hair. We're so cute! Yanagashita whirled through the air and fell into the bushes. Whoa, where'd that come from, he gasped. His eyes were wide as saucers. You're a martial artist or something? No, I think it was just a fluke. The truth was I was surprised myself at how well I pulled off that escape move. Okay then, look, I'm sorry. Can you give me a hand? No way. No, I mean, give me your hand. My hip's killing me here. Ow, 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 ow. I guess the least I could do was to help the guy get on his feet. Look, why are you hounding me so much? Please, don't be angry. The moment I saw you, I just felt it. You're the only person who could possibly do this job for me. I let out a sigh, but my interest was admittedly piqued. What kind of job? I need a sales rep for a health supplement. I want you to do PR as a dieting success story for my product. Just look at you. You have the body of an actress. Sales are going to go through the roof. Well, it was hard to feel too offended when he told me that. We have the hottest of bodies. The job didn't seem as fishy as I initially suspected. All right, maybe I'm interested, I said. There's just one thing. Yeah, whatever it is, I'm sure I can handle it. I need 20,000 yen as soon as possible. So if the day only pays 10,000... All right, then. If you can sell 100 bottles at the sales event, I'll throw in another 10,000 as a bonus. How's that sound? I certainly couldn't think of any other way I was going to earn 20,000 yen in a single day. This might be exactly the break I needed. You got a deal. You have my services for the day, I said, bowing my head. Yes! Yanagashita jumped for joy. What about your hip? Huh? Oh yeah, it's better now. All better. Fixed itself in, just now. Wow. Yanagashita bowed deeply as I gave him a dubious look. Look we have... Caitlin, we have boots. Caitlin, we have boots. Oh my gosh. We have boots. Also, is that cat ears poking out of that bag? Oh my gosh, we're cute. Look, I'm sorry, he added hurriedly. I wasn't trying to pull a fast one on you, honest. I was just scouting for talent. I saw you, well... Was trusting this guy really the best idea? I was starting to worry just a little about whether he'd actually pay up. Look, I've stocked everything on the sales demo later today, he went on. This is the make or break opportunity of a lifetime. Sure. I'll be honest with you, I'm in a ton of debt. 2 million yen. 2 million. Nanakishita's tone had taken on a feverish intensity. If I don't pay it back by the end of the day, then boy howdy am I up the creep of that paddle. How did you even get into a situation like that, I asked. He gazed skyward, a far-off look in his eyes. Because even if he knows he has no chance of winning, sometimes a man just has to stand and fight. But I guess a girl like you wouldn't understand. His name is Yanagashita as far as I'm concerned, but you can say yes. I'm fine with that. He laughed and smiled at his own words, but he was right. I'm sure as heck didn't understand it in the slightest. Anyway, real quick, could you put this on? Mr. Yanagashita briskly rummaged through his bindle, then thrust a cat costume out toward me. What? Here? Yeah, before the sales event, you gotta hand out some samples. The burning hammer in the sample bottles is cut 10 parts to 1 with water. Even so, it is intensely spicy. Drinking it on an empty stomach is sure to cause gastrointestinal distress, or even make the drinker black out. It's hard to believe that a sample is something so dangerous would win over any customers, but you never know. There could be housewives or young women out there who'd accept such a risk in the name of weight loss. Another terrifying thought. Sounds about right. The job's already started, you know? With that, Mr. Yanagashita went about getting me into the mascot suit. Well then, looking back on it, it was a pretty ridiculous turn of events. And now I'm a cat person. Still, if I was going to get my hands on that necklace, I had to take the chance like this job will pay out. I doubt we're gonna be able to sell a single bottle of this crap, Tree whispers in my ear. I'll just have to do the best I can, I say. I say it more to myself than anyone else. Once again I ask myself, why am I in such a rush to get this necklace anyway? I honestly don't know. It's the strangest thing. I try my hardest to think of a reason, but all I get is this dull aching throb at the back of my head. Interesting. So we want this necklace, but we don't know how. It's the same pain I felt earlier, as if I've gotten a good bonk on the head or something. Interesting. So this necklace means a ton to Tama, but what does this necklace do? Why is it important? What does it pertain to the story? To be continued. All right, we are on the good end. We got the good ending so far for this hour for Tama. Yo, we got the good ending. Okay, okay. So far, so good. Though I also want to just check. It's the cat costume, indeed. Hold on, I actually want to check though to see if the other thing, what the other choice does. Oops. I decided to grab the head in both hands and yank it upward with all my might. Huh? Oh, come on. No matter how hard I pull, it won't come off. And this is the same thing. I'll just keep it going as fast as I can. So, but yeah, we're just gonna have to go through all this just to be sure. But it's interesting that does this choice actually change anything? I wonder if this choice actually does change anything though. So, but I'm also sucking the cat sucking. Okay, so right now, essentially, Yanagashita is safe from the loan sharks, so we prevented that from happening. I don't think there's any other bad endings for Tama. If anyone doesn't mind, can somebody check for hour 2? I think it's the 11 o'clock hour. How many bad endings there are for Tama? How long have we been at 1K? For 2 days. I'm not gonna look up like what the bad endings are, but I just need somebody to tell me how many bad endings each character has per hour. So that way I make sure I can get all of them. But I think right now Tama only has one, and that's Yanagashita getting taken away by the Mafia loan sharks. But I think that's the only thing. Futama? Yeah, for Tama at 11, yep. Because I don't think there should be any other. I think there's just the one. So, that should be it. There's Yanagashita. We're just kind of letting this go, so. What's his name is called? Yanagashita is called Ets. True, I suppose. Oh, do we try this? He has some pretty nice teeth, though, I will say. Couldn't find anything. I'm pretty sure we can find it somewhere. We'll call him it's. I won't be able to remember. Or not say. Nobody would buy it otherwise. Seriously, it's all good. Just at lunch. Alright, we're gonna disable this. 7 in total between 10 and 11. Okay, yeah, which we already have all 7 of those. We do have all 7 of those. Now we need to know between 11 and 12. Alright, so let's do C for this one. Wait, is this that stuff that gives you visions or something? I remember a rumor I heard not too long ago, some kind of urban legend. It was about some drink with a weird, burning, spicy flavor, and supposedly it turns all your fingernails a faint shade of black. Then you see things you can't normally see, and hear things you can't normally hear. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? I'd heard some college students talking about it, hearing voices like that, swearing this mystery drink could have that effect. It's a little unnerving. Still, I really doubt it could be true. Oh, well, we're back to drinking this now. Do you guys want to see the future? Drink this death drink while you have an empty stomach. It's gonna taste great. Dead. And now the cat's down again. So it's good to know though that some of these options don't make any choices. So good stuff. Good stuff. Here, I can check on my phone real quick. We have time. Right now we're just waiting for this to kind of bypass, so. Shibuya Scramble and okay, so I can either 10 or 8, can't tell. Okay, give me a second here. So there's 8. There's 8 total. And there are 2 for Tama. So is this a game people know about? A lot of people in Japan know this game. This game is actually considered one of the best visual novels in Japan. And then there's an optional one after completion. Well, we're doing the optional one too. So according to this, there might be more to this, but we'll see what happens. So 9 total. After completion of this path? What do you mean? Well, right now, from what I'm reading, it's 8. So, I'm so flabbergasted. Yeah, I can't even find the words. I'm so flabbergasted. Hey, I try to murmur. Sorry, what was your name again? He interjects. Oh, right, I'm Tama. Why are you still wearing your costume? I stumble my way through my explanation, and we just talk to him about how crazy it is. Probably post-game? Possibly. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm planning on getting every single ending in this game, so there's a lot of them. But there are, it says there's 2 endings for Tama, but I can't get the second one just yet. And I'm guessing it has to do with Minorikawa, because there was the whole jumping about like jumping from Tama to Minorikawa, but I don't know how are those 2 connected? How is Tama and Minori what's his name? Hold on. What's this guy's name? What the heck? Bye, Dekimio, take it easy. Take it easy. It's Minorikawa, right? Yeah, it's Minorikawa. Okay. Sorry, so just to talk about this visual novel for a second, it's rated one of the best visual novels in Japan, and then it was just recently, this past year actually, or maybe 2 years ago, it was translated into English and then put on PC and PS4. And people still say it holds up to this day to be a really, really good visual novel. Of course, people like to say that Danganronpa, Ace Attorney, if you want to consider that a visual novel, some of even like the dating sim visual novels that are out there are really, really good and might overpass this. But this is considered, from what I can find with my research, one of the first and best like visual novels that came out that really hit a good stride. And that's why I'm playing it, and that's why Travis recommended it, because it's supposed to be an insane story. While following the game can be really difficult because of 5 different characters and 5 different timelines, I'm going to try to do my best to explain each timeline as time is going on. So I'll try to explain it per character now that we're at 5 compared to 2 last time. Where we'll start with Kano and I'll explain his entire story, and then I'll explain Achi's, and then Minorikawa and Osawa, so on and so forth. Right now, though, the idea is this seems a bit better. Yeah, there's like right now we're kind of starting off. So from what I can tell, Tama is all about comedy, but Tama is dead serious through all the comedy. Osawa seems like a horror, like the fact that like he has to deal with all of the like the craziness that is like the whole bioweapon that he accidentally created. That's insane. Kano is a detective flick. Achi is like the dumb stuff. After completion is after the hour. Really? So something, because I've been told that everything stays within the same hour. Does it say? Well, we'll worry about it later. Because like I said, I'll try to do my best to complete it there. But I mean, the characters are pretty awesome, though, I will say. Like, there's not really been a bad character in this game, I will say. I will say, though, Tama is probably my favorite right now. But that's just because she's cute as a button, not gonna say. I got you, Justin, I got you. By the way, Justin and Baba, if you guys want to try to get to, and Siren, if he's still here. If you guys want to try to get to, get us to 200, today's, I think, the last day. I'm gonna try my best to get to that, because we're ending the stream right at 9 o'clock today, so we're only doing 3 hours. Yeah. What up, Spring? How's it going? Because let's see, if there's 32, 48, we can make it if all of us play the max amount. So if you guys want to, and see if we can message Siren about it. Have I been to Jollibee? I have not. Not at all. And don't know what that is. Is that Carly? Maybe. Also, Carly, while I'm at it, let me see if Q's message. And same pain. Crossbones. Hi, Yawning, how's it going? Meet you there? When? Wait, when am I meeting you there? I'm so confused. Did we do every single option? Yeah, every single option. We're just missing one, so let's do this real quick. Don't be Ashley. Don't be Ashley. Who's... I'm so confused. No, I better not drink this stuff. It's not even particularly appetizing. Cherry twists off the cap. Bottoms up! Bottoms up, she declares and proceeds to noisily gulp her rattle down. It doesn't seem like she minds it. Maybe it's actually pretty tasty after all. Huh? Aren't you gonna have some too? Mr. Yagashita flashed me a look. I guess I might as well try a little bit. And then same thing happens. Can we still keep going? Cool. Okay, we can still keep going. Sweet. Alright, so that's Tama's route down. Osawa, it's also supposed to take out. It's supposed to take out the trash today as well. Is today trash day? I don't ever remember trash day. Minorikawa. Okay, so Minorikawa got stopped by Kano. So let's do Kano's story next. So we need to not head to the cafe. Otherwise, we cause a guy to hang himself. So we should probably not do that. So let us know. Right now, I got a job to focus on. Kano shook his head to clear out the foolish impulses. What the hell had he been thinking? A girl's life was on the line. Marrying Rumi was more important to him than anything, but now wasn't the time. Besides, now that the thought about it, running on a critical investigation to meet with the old man probably wasn't going to score him any points. Rumi's dad didn't strike him as somebody who approved of shrieking one's responsibilities. Kano would just have to wrap this kidnapping case a little ahead of schedule, then he could have a proper sit-down with Shizo. As he considered his plan, he caught sight of the man with the attaché case walking by. Zone of things? Oh, I gotcha. But wait, I don't know what the Jollibee is. Alright, so we've already seen this. Hold on. Where is this gonna go now? Is this still going to the same place? Okay, yeah. So now we're on the right path, which means we can now play as Minorikawa. Let's actually finish Kano's stuff. In cahoots with the kidnapper, I'm gonna say no. Hey, what up, Supernova? So let's look away nonchalantly. Kano decided to look away nonchalantly, but his anxiety got the better of him, and after a moment he turned his gaze right back. Soon the two men were locked in a staring contest. Who's gonna win the staring contest? Chicken place Filipino movie? Oh, cool. But wait, when? What day are we doing this? What time? Spring? You can't just be like, right now. I'm in the middle of something, man. Is one where the Osawa passes out because his other daughter was abducted. Yep, no, I got that one. Yeah, I got that one, Baba. So the bad endings I have right now is Kano. Right now? I can't right now. I'm streaming, man. Also, Baba, just to let you know, I have the endings of Osawa passing out because his other daughter was abducted. I have Yamagashita getting carried away by the mafia. I have Kano dying from the from burning hammer. I have Norikawa becoming too late to Toyama hanging himself, and then we don't have anything for Achi. Take the stream with you. Can't. My apologies, the man said. He shut his phone with a click. I know it's rather rude to talk on one's cell phone when you're on a train. That's just common decency. The man affected a smile and headed back to the car from which he'd come. Now, anime boobs. You gotta stop staring at everyone. An oddly dressed passenger murmured into Connor's ear. Blend into your surroundings more. Sasayama, when did you get here? His partner had somehow found the time to change his disguise. The steely expression on his face was at odds with his anime nerd getup. Connor had seen Sasayama disguise himself as plenty of things throughout the years. Santa Claus, Yakuza member, Japanese folk singer, and a Buddhist priest, to name a few, but this was a new extreme even for him. When he first joined the force, Kano had found Sasayama's costuming antics amusing, wondering where he managed to find his outfits, but lately his quirk had become tedious. Concentrate to keep your eyes peeled. I mean, technically you could, Spring. Might do that one day. Gosh. Sasayama gave Kano a pat on the backside and slipped away into the next car. The suspect, meanwhile, was still staring out the window. The announcer's electronic voice filled the train compartment. Next stop, Harajuku! Next stop, Harajuku! Huh? Kano almost cried out. The suspect was moving toward the exit door. Apparently, he was only taking the train one station down the line. Harajuku. The train pulled into Harajuku Station. The man got off. Harajuku is the area east of the Japan Rail Harajuku Station, corresponding to Jingume Wonchome in Shibuya. Once a bustling Shukuba, or post station, where travelers could rest while journeying across the country, in modern times it bustles instead with high schoolers after school displaying flashy youth fashion. The clothing and accessory stores and fast food restaurants line the streets. Many cutting-edge trends in Japanese youth culture get their start here. The detectives following him disembarked accordingly. The suspect walked along the platform and took a seat on the empty bench. Was he checking to see if he had a tail? Sticking around on the platform at the station where he just got off was pretty unusual behavior. Not wanting to arouse the man's suspicion, the investigators from the MPPD made their way down the stairs as inconspicuously as they could. Kano, however, had a sudden inspiration and went to speak to one of the station attendants. Sorry to bother you, but I think I left something on the train just now. He tried to keep an eye on the man on the bench as he fed his story to the attendant. The suspect sat silently on the bench, attaché case cluttered securely in his arms. He didn't really look like he was checking for a tail. Was he waiting here for someone else then? This guy's suspicious AF. Before long, a train heading counterclockwise around the loop arrived. The man rose from the bench and stepped up the boarding area. Wait, what the heck? If this guy's got on the counterclockwise train, wouldn't that just take him right back to Shibuya Station? The man boarded the train. Kano had no choice but to follow suit. Was this guy playing them? Bye, Nova. Take it easy. Take it easy. The suspect got off once again and the train reached Shibuya. All he'd done was go to Harajuku and come right back. Kano reported it into Kuze. The suspect has returned to Shibuya Station.
Acknowledged! Keep tailing him!
Kano felt himself growing increasingly paranoid. This criminal organization didn't seem to be keen on getting away. And here was HQ giving these guys free rein. Something was off. He was sure of that. As he tailed the mark, Kano took out his phone. What were Teteno's instincts about the case right now? If the senior detective had any advice, Kano would love to hear it. He dialed Teteno's number. It's all good, Carly. The line rang a few times, but nobody picked up. Probably he was too busy seeing to Hitomi's safety. Kano felt bewildered. They'd been letting the suspect lead them around for over an hour now. During an abduction case, you generally didn't update the victim's family on any developments in case they tried to intervene. Kano could only imagine what the Osawa family was going through right now. Well, he blacked out in one timeline. After a short walk from Shibuya Station, the attaché case was handed off yet again. This time the recipient was a tall, dark-skinned man. Again, the Shibuya-based task force split into two groups in order to tail both suspects. Kano stuck to the man who had the case. As the blue van, as the previous man had done, the newest suspect wandered around Dogenzaka for a while. Repeatedly looping around and around the same location was a weirdly roundabout way to make a series of handoffs. Excuse me, detective. Sorry. Kano turned around with a start. Oh, hey, he said. I know you. It was Leland Palmer, the lecturer who had been an eyewitness to the kidnapping. The man practically radiated concern. How is Maria doing? Is she all right? I'm worried for her. His Japanese was more halting now. My heart, it is with her family. Kano gave a quick look around. It didn't appear that they were being watched. Maybe Palmer knew more than he'd told the police earlier. If Kano talked to him now, he might just have some additional clues. If the syndicate spots us, my cover's blown. We're hosed. I can't stick around like this. Now let's talk to Palmer. Baba. Should probably get going like a host. Sounds good, Baba. Take it easy, take it easy. Maybe Palmer knew more than he told the police earlier. If Kano talked to him now, he might get some additional clues. Actually, Leland, do you mind if I ask you a few more questions about the party when the kidnapping occurred? Leland squared his shoulders. No, please. Ask anything. Do you know what time Maria showed up at the event? Leland hesitated, thinking. Probably around 6 o'clock? She was there when it started. Was there anyone else there who stood out? Stood out? How? Like somebody you usually wouldn't expect to see there. Leland tilted his head. No, I don't think so. Everyone there was a student from my class, including the exchange students. Not much he knew here, Kano thought. He decided to ask one last question. Did you happen to hear why Otomi was running late in the first place? Oh no. Sorry, I'm not very helpful, am I? Leland dipped his head in apology. It's alright. Thank you for your cooperation. Please, help Maria. I will. Kano parted ways with Leland and went back to tailing his suspect. Okay, so no new information, but that's okay. Oh, our phone's ringing again. It's me. He pulled his phone from his pocket. It was Rumi again. It was weird that she called twice, but she knew he was in the middle of something important. Oh, it's still going on? Dang. Had something happened while she was waiting at the cafe with Shuzo? Kano picked up hurriedly. What's the matter? What's the matter? You know what the matter is. Rather than Rumi's soft soprano, it was a threatening masculine voice that came over the phone. Oh, sorry. What's the matter? You know what the matter is. Uh-oh. Kano felt his whole body stiffen with dread. Is this my father-in-law speaking? Don't remember being anyone's father-in-law. The speaker's tone was firm and flat. No, I know. I just, Kano found himself at a loss for words. So you're dating my daughter, huh? Sir, yes, sir. Kano barely squawked out of his reply. Thinking about getting married? Yes, sir. And speaking of which, I'd love the chance to sit down and have a nice long... Then how long are you gonna keep me waiting? Hurry up and get your ass over here. Oh, how very much Kano wished he could do exactly that. Sir, I would, but... Forget it. The words came in an angry huff. You can't have her. Goodbye. What? Sir, please wait. Dang, got rejected by the daddy. No dream daddies for you, man. As Kano cried in desperation, he heard Rumi's voice on the other end of the line. Dad, you can't just use my phone like that. You were taking too long in the bathroom. Give it back. Rumi? Kano tried and failed to keep the heartbreak out of his voice. What's my favorite color? Purple. Purple. My nose hurts. Sweetie, what's wrong? Your father just said he doesn't want us getting married. What, Dad? What did you say to my boyfriend? Listen to you, calling that boy little pet names and whatnot. I think you're a little too attached. Daddy, you haven't even met him. That's why I told you to have him come see me. How long is he gonna make me wait? Kano listened as the two argued on the other end of the phone. The phone must be lying somewhere between them. Could this get any more awkward? Rumi, I'm sorry. Wait, sorry, wrong person. Rumi, I'm sorry, Kano shouted apologetically into the mouthpiece. This is all my fault. Please, you don't have to fight like this. The phone clattered as Rumi scrambled to bring it to her cheek. No, I'm the one who should be sorry. Sorry for what? It was Shuzo again, grumbling in the background. Sorry for what? It was Shuzo again. So many voices, grumbling in the background. You have nothing to apologize for. I'll deal with my father, Rumi said hastily. You just focus on work, sweetie. I know you're in the middle of something really important. Thanks, Rumi. Kano was legitimately touched. I'll do my best. You have 2 hours, Kano, and then you have to go bang your girlfriend at this point. Because she's interrupting the... Kit, I want you to think about what you said. Kano hung up and went back to the task at hand, more determined than ever. For Rumi's sake, not to mention the victims, he needed to focus on cracking this case. The man he was tailing was walking several meters ahead. Listen, Kano has one thing on his mind. We learned this last stream. 2 things on his mind, including the kidnapping. I felt like that was an appropriate comment for what Kano was thinking, because that's all he thinks about. There was no telling when Kuze might give the arrest order. Kano braced himself to spring into action the very instant the order came down.
Mobile command to all units!
Once more, the director's voice came in over the wireless. Was it time to make the arrest at last?
We've identified the man who first picked up the attaché case by the statue of Pachinko.
No arrest yet, but still a crucial development. This crazy guy.
His name is Tariq Al-Karawan.
Huh?
He's got priors for larceny, illegal possession of narcotics, you name it. He belongs to a foreign criminal syndicate that's operating in Shibuya.
Kano felt his apprehension rising. If the syndicate was behind the kidnapping, they were anything but amateurs. And though they might be leading the police on a wild goose chase, they certainly weren't playing around. Well, that's not good. Oh, that's the end of Kano's story. Huh. Okay. So that's all choices there. That's all choices there. Let's do Leland arrives and talk to Leland. See if there's anything new. Hey Leland, if the syndicate spots us, my cover's blown, we're hosed. I can't stick around like this. Leland, I'm sorry, but at this stage I can't share any details. Is that so? Oh yes, of course. Leland cast his eyes down and hung his head. Please, don't worry though. We're still hard at work investigating. Yes, thank you very much. With that, Kano turned away from the lecturer and went back to tailing a suspect. Now's not the time for the phone call. Alright, so to be continued. Okay, so it doesn't matter. So this one doesn't matter. This one doesn't matter. This one does matter because otherwise it causes the guy to get hung. So we got 3 left right now. So I need to... Oh, shoot. Who should I do next? Alright, so it's either Osawa or Minorikawa. Let's do Minorikawa because otherwise... Well, Minorikawa would be dead right now. Actually, hold on. We'll just kind of speed through this real quick. Because Toyama's crying and planning on killing himself. So we need to stop him. That's a really old phone, by the way. Does anyone have those phones anymore? Matter later on, though. Possibly. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, currently, hold on. Let me see how many bad endings we have for this because there's 6. That means there's 16 total in this one. So right now we have. I don't care. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 out of 8. So we're halfway there. So we'll figure it out as time goes on. I mean, right now dude has a lot of books. Dude's busy. Even though Minorikawa seems like a goofball, he actually seems to have a lot of stuff that he does. Like, look at all those papers. That was pretty much my desk this morning at work. I came into work and there was just a stack of papers. I was like, all right, well, I guess this is my thing today. Also the moist noises. Moist noises happening. So what is happening though with Toyama? Why does he want to die? It's a bit of a fire hazard. I mean, true. Very true. The only thing I can do now is die. This is, the intensity is real. The taxi tire squealed as the cab rounded the corner. The shift in momentum made Minorikawa topple over in the backseat. There we go, 10 minutes on the dot, the driver announced. Minorikawa righted himself and looked out the window. Shibuya Station. I knew you could do it, Mr. Kamizuka! He told the driver how to get to Heaven Publishing. It should be more than 5 minutes further. Sir, if I may ask, just what are you in such a hurry over? Son of a bitch! I beg your pardon? Kamizuka bursted. Not you, the guy who's waiting on me, Minorikawa said. I'm gonna give that son of a bitch a piece of my mind. Don't call that awesome taxi driver a bitch. It's not a female dog. The multi-tenant building where Heaven Publishing had its office came into view. The taxi stopped outside. Minorikawa opened the door as he hurriedly reached for his wallet. Then he stopped. What if the worst had come to pass and he needed to take Toyama to the hospital? Should he have had the taxi wait here? Or would it be better to call an ambulance? Sir, is there a problem? The driver asked. Wait here, I'll be right back. No, I'm fine. You're a lifesaver. How much do I owe you? We'll do no, I'm fine. You're a lifesaver. How much do I owe you? No, I'm fine. You're a lifesaver. How much do I owe you? Minorikawa paid the fare and got out of the cab. I'm going to swing by the train station. If I don't get any passengers, I'll come by this way again, Kamizuka said. The taxi pulled away. Once inside, he avoided the elevator in favor of rushing up the stairs. Did that change anything? Huh? It changed Tama's story. Tama's story got changed. What? Interesting. That's interesting. Heaven Publishing rented out the 3rd and 4th floors. In all likelihood, Toyama would be at the editing department of the 4-star General Gossip on the 4th floor. When he got there, however, the door was locked. Mr. Toyama! Hey, Mr. Toyama! He shouted and banged, but there was no reply. Something was seriously wrong. Minorikawa took a deep breath and then kicked the door in. Whoa! Toyama was standing on a stool about to slip his head through a noose that hung from the ceiling. This is the image I saw between 10 and 11. Jesus Christ. What the hell are you doing? Minorikawa lunged for Toyama. The two men crashed to the floor in a tangled heap. A pile of clutter slid off the nearby desk and fell on top of them. Mimi, Minorikawa, what are you doing? Toyama whined. Dragging himself back to his feet proved something of a challenge. That's what I'd like to know, Minorikawa's fury was mounting. What the hell is this all about? He jabbed an accusing finger at the noose hanging from the ceiling. Oh, that. One of the fluorescent lights died. I was just swapping it out. Don't you feed me that bull! What was that phone call all about? That business about how the only thing you could do was die. Tell me. Just a joke. Toyama curled his lips into a faint semblance of a smile. Minorikawa wasn't buying it, but he didn't have time to press the issue. A cute little voice echoed through the editing office. Daddy, I'm
the store.
A little girl came walking in, carrying a length of rubber gas tubing. It was Toyama's 5th grade daughter, Hana. Teru, Toyama's only daughter, currently 10 years old. The night Hana was born at Shibuya Central Hospital, there was an unexpected fireworks display outside the window of a maternity ward. As he looked out at the bursting rockets, Teru decided to name his daughter Hana after the Japanese word for fireworks, Hanabi. Oh my gosh, Caitlin. No. That's crossing lines. Crossing lines. Side note, we learned something today. Hanabi is the Japanese word for fireworks, so there you guys go. But Caitlin, no. Like, I make dark jokes, but no. When Orikawa stared, Toyama, you were planning on using that hose too. He hesitated to end his sentence with gas yourself to death. Well, you know, it's almost gas heater season after all.
The hell it is.
It was a beautiful sunny April day outside. I know, but still.
Well, you know how sensitive
I am to the cold.
This was getting truly ridiculous. Minorikawa got right up to his face. Listen, just explain to me what the heck is going on, okay?
He kept his voice low, but his eyes were steely. Hana clung tightly to her father, gazing worriedly up at the two men. No, it's just... Toyama let out a long, heavy sigh of resignation. Keep out? Oh, yeah, we can do this. What up, Final? How's it going? How are you doing? To progress further, you need to jump from another protagonist. Sometimes jump keywords may be hidden. The man named Junichi Yamashita shows up in Tama's story at 11:20, and he lets out a... So, to progress further, you'll need to jump from another protagonist. Sometimes jump keywords might be hidden within a tip. A man named Junichi Yamashita shows up to Tama's story at 11:20. He lets out a sigh like Toyama's. Try checking the tip for that sigh. So yeah, we can jump from Tama over to that. However, I want to see what the heck happens here. Why does this change? We by telling the cab driver to go around, like what? Why does this happen? Oh my gosh. Playing games too much lately? Can't do too much with gaming. Hold on. Why? What is going on with this? Like, why did it not go to the? Okay, well he's in the thing. Because this is the flashback, but it should say to be continued. Why? What else has happened? What else happens? Also, Tama's wearing a very nice yellow shirt. Meanwhile, Yanagashita. Do Japanese people really have afros like that? I'm actually pretty curious about this. Also, Boots. Boots about to show up. Where's the boot command? We need that boot command. Because here we come, Boots. Look how just goofy Yanagashita is. Pretty awesome. Some mix, you know, Blasian. Oh yeah, because my good friend SHSL Blaze is Blasian, and he has an afro. He has a giant afro. If you guys like Danganronpa, by the way, check out SHSL Blaze. I know he's been streaming some of the fan games recently, but I've been told not to watch them because he wants me to play them itself. Oh my gosh, Final. The Japanese Bob Ross. That's who Yanagashita is. According to Caitlin, though, this is also Etz, so. And then there's the cat costume.
Here's a kitty! I'm a kitty! Meow meow!
Alright. I think we're getting to the point, though, where something must happen. Oh, there we go. Hello. There's a knock on the door.
Huh? Who could that be? Mr. Yanagashita asks. We got a customer already?
He opens the door and heads outside. No way, is that a customer cheer? Oh god, I just realized what we just did! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I realized what we just did. Oh god. That's a lot of juice, that's true. She's chugging some juice. You guys remember how one of the bad endings for Tama last stream was the mafia loan sharks taking him away? I think by having the taxi go leave Minorikawa's, I think the loan sharks take the taxi to us. I mean, right? She guzzles from her 2-liter bottle of iced tea. No one's gonna buy something as sketchy as this. I guess not, I agree. About the only thing I could really say about Burning Hammer is that it's spicy. Anyhow, Cheery says, want to get something to eat? But you just ate lunch. 2 lunches. I know, this amazing Chinese buffet. Want to come along? Because I'm gonna dominate. Huh? Someday I plan to chow my way through every item on their menu. Before I can respond, I hear a sudden outburst in the hallway. What the hell are you thinking, selling something like this? The voice sounded harsh and strained. It quickly followed by another voice, Mr. Yanagashita, sounding desperately apologetic. Well, to be fair now, I did ask whether or not you were on an empty stomach. You must have given someone some burning hammer, huh, I say. Cheery nods. Yeah, maybe, but that's weird. Did we really get a customer this early? Yeah, isn't the sales demo not until 1 o'clock? There are more sounds from the hallway. Cheery gets a weird look on her face. Whoa, what? What the heck? What's going on? Die! Suddenly, a man kicks down the door and bursts in, shrieking like a madman. His face is flushed, steam is erupting from every pore. Cheery and I can only stare, frozen with bewilderment, as he rampages around the room, smashing everything in sight. In a matter of moments, the venue is completely totaled, then the guy simply charges back out the door. No chance of holding a sales demo now. Why did this have to happen? Who was that guy? Why do you have to do this? Demo postponed. There wasn't much Tama and Cheery could do to stop the strange intruder from destroying the sales event, but why did he show up in the first place, especially at this hour? The man in question has a clear choice to make at 11:30, but poor Tama's fate hinges on what he decides. Well, hold on. Let's jump to. We're gonna make the jump real quick. But let's you can't get me. Oops, that's the wrong button. Let's go to Minorikawa. All right, we broke open the keep out. No, it's just. Toyama let out a long, heavy sigh of resignation.
It's the scratch cards that were in 4-star general gossip.
Scratch cards, a type of lottery card featuring areas printed with a special silver ink. These silver inked areas can be scratched off with a fingertip or a coin to reveal potential winnings, providing a quick speed lotto fix. In order to prevent the symbols or letters underneath the silver from showing through, the back of the card is printed in black. Somehow, you always seem to lose when you got your hopes up, but manage to win when you least expect it. Pretty true.
That's where the problem is.
And what is the problem?
If you shine the light on the cards from behind, you can see where the winning symbols are.
Whoa!
I messed things up dealing with the printing company. All of this,
he gestured vaguely.
It's my fault, my responsibility. Oh.
So people were cheating and now his company lost millions, probably. Damn. He proceeded to explain the situation in detail. Word was quick to leak out on the internet that there was a way to find the winning symbols, and suddenly thousands of cardholders turned up en masse to collect. Heavily Publishing was hit with a massive financial liability, and the employees rushed to flee a sinking ship. Before Toyama realized it, he was the only one left at the company, and he was up against the deadline for next month's 4-star general gossip.
If I have to drop next month's issue, I'll be stuck in debt even deeper, and if that happens, I'm finished.
Toyama gave a dismal groan. So don't drop the issue! Minorikawa snapped. He pounded his fist right into the side of a cardboard box, but Toyama just shook his head weakly.
I've been up for 3 days straight trying to fill the pages. It's not enough.
You finally, you can never get me because I don't type in chat.
I can't do the impossible.
He dropped his gaze to the floor. Countless scratch cards lay around. They'd probably been amidst the pile that had fallen off the desk earlier. Each card showed a neat row of 5 win symbols. You can't know if it's impossible. You can't know it's impossible if you don't see it through.
I'll never make it in time. The proof needs to be done by 8 o'clock this evening.
Proof, the final stage before printing. When the copy of manuscript is checked for errors, not sending corrected proofs to the printer before the deadline can result in the book or magazine in question not making it onto the shelves in time for release day. Wait a second, hold on. 8 o'clock is when the scheme ends. So, we have a timeline now for Minorikawa. Minorikawa's entire gist now revolves getting out this issue to save the company from debt by 8 o'clock tonight. Interesting. Well then, Minorikawa thought to himself. He let out a sigh, then held his hand out to Hana.
Hana, would you mind giving me that hose?
Hana gave her father a quick look, then handed the rubber hose to Minorikawa.
This won't be necessary.
He tossed the rubber hose into the trash, then jabbed his finger at Toyama.
Show me the layout and the draft proposal for next month's issue.
Toyama blinked a few times in disbelief.
Huh?
Huh? You can't possibly be serious.
I'm trying to help. Now show me the layout and the proposal before I change my mind.
After a brief, incredulous pause, Toyama hurried off to grab the paperwork. It's all in Japanese, I can't read it. A layout, in publishing speak, is an outline of a magazine showing where articles will occupy which pages. Minorikawa gave it a quick once-over, finding that 12 of the pages were still blank and untouched. He wanted to punch whatever writers had been assigned to those pages. See what I mean? Toyama said. It's hopeless. He sounded perversely proud of his failure. Getting enough material to fill 12 pages by 8 o'clock? Yeah, it was definitely a tall order, all right.
Says who? Minorikawa replied. Remember who you're talking to here?
You seriously think you can do it?
You're joking, right?
Minorikawa shot back.
I seriously know I can do it. There's nothing in this world I hate more than a bad joke.
Why are you doing this for me? Toyama was getting misty-eyed.
I'm not doing it for you, you spineless wimp. I'm doing this for poor little Hana.
Minorikawa, I'm so sorry. Toyama bowed his head so deeply, Minorikawa thought he might put his face through the floor.
Don't apologize to me. Apologize to your daughter.
Probably, final. You probably never will. Also, this is pretty sad, though. Like, well, it's understandable. Minorikawa hates Toyama right now because he thinks that suicide is the answer to his problems. Knowing that if Toyama dies, his daughter is now traumatized, would be traumatized for life, lose her father figure, leave all the debt to his daughter, and just ruin her life by killing himself. Minorikawa saves his life, saving his daughter's sanity in turn. Also, Kano, by extent, also saving the life as well. Minorikawa's a badass, not gonna lie.
Oh, forgive me. Please forgive me, Hana.
Toyama clutched her tightly in his arms. The girl hugged him back on the verge of tears.
Hey now, enough of the waterworks.
Hey now, enough of the waterworks. I got your back. Don't you worry about a thing.
Minorikawa picked up the draft proposal for the pages that needed filling. The word Shibuya Scuttlebutt. Scuttlebutt? What's a scuttlebutt? Whose butt's being scuttled? Shibuya Scuttlebutt Special were plastered across the cover sheet in big bold type. Okay, so 12-page special edition block on Shibuya. Fair enough. And first on the docket, drink yourself thin with Burning Hammer. Oh, shit. What, Mrs. Vian? How's it going? Oh, shoot. He has to test out Burning Hammer, and he might... Oh, that makes sense. This reeked of a scam. The only way drinking more of something would make you lose weight would be if you mixed with a laxative, probably. Still, there wasn't enough time to tweak the layout plan now. According to the proposal write-up, a product demo was scheduled for 1 p.m. that day. The location printed on the map was blurry and hard to make out, but Norikawa had a rough idea where it was. It looked like he didn't have much of a choice but to swing by in hopes of getting more material. He scanned further along into the proposal. Society of Surveillance, hidden cameras installed throughout Shibuya. The rise and fall of Shibuya's vigilante squad. Where are they now? Washed up screenwriter showcase. Sexy Squared, twins share top prize at local university beauty contest. Shibuya now. Black market organ trafficking in Shibuya, shadowy foreign crime syndicate exposed. The 7 pieces were to fill 12 empty pages. That was the plan at any rate, but there wasn't enough material there to make any headway. The Shibuya Now article didn't even have any proposed content. This sucked hard gore. It didn't look like there was much material for the rise and fall of Shibuya's vigilante squad either. The note suggested that a few years prior, a group of youngsters in Shibuya had banded together to help fight crime in their neighborhoods, and that's Achi. Bye, Cassie. Take it easy. Have a wonderful night. Also, so Achi's squad is who they need to interview too. Okay. At this point, however, things had flipped around completely, and they'd become a gang of street punks themselves. A turn to the dark side. It had the makings for an interesting article, to be sure, but tracking down this gang would take time. Minorikawa was personally intrigued by the one about organ harvesting in Shibuya. The rumor was that organs were being smuggled out of Southeast Asia and fenced locally at a tremendous price. There was even a plan to ascertain the authenticity of these claims. Fascinating. If Minorikawa was going to be spending all day gathering other material, though, he didn't have much time to spare for it. Shibuya Now, the rise and fall of Shibuya's vigilante squad, black market organ trafficking in Shibuya. Minorikawa decided that one of those three would have to go. He thought about it long and hard as he stared at the draft proposal. Thus there was a good chance he'd really screw himself over if he picked the wrong one. Finally he decided to cut. We can actually get information on these two. We can't really get on black market organ trafficking squad. I'm gonna do Shibuya Now, though. He decided to cut Shibuya Now. He didn't have the time to make up an article out of a whole cloth. His goal was just to make sure that Forest Arc general gossip made it to the press at all. Society of Surveillance, where are they now? Sexy Squared. Those 8 pieces had individuals slated for interviews, but no appropriate appointments had been made with any of them. Unscheduled interviews were a dicey prospect. Minorikawa decided to call them up on his cell as he made his way down the list. The only one he managed to get a hold of was excuse me, Shinosuke Orai from the Where Are They Now piece. Shinosuke Orai, a former broadcast writer, he has appeared on various popular variety shows and commercial networks on TV. He currently heads up a small theater troupe known as the Wandering Angels, operating out of Shibuya. Later today, the troupe is putting on a performance at Theater Ace on Sakuragoa Kachao. He said he'd be willing to give a 15-minute interview after 2:30. Minorikawa sighed. He'd just have to get material from the others in a more impromptu fashion then. Putting his nose to the grindstone, he started throwing together a schedule for the day. Was it possible to get all the material and write it all up and still finish the whole thing by 8 o'clock? It was no use. No matter how he tweaked it, none of his simulations ended up with him having proof ready on time. He just needed one more thing, and that was another writer. Minorikawa zoomed through his contacts list, calling up all the freelancers he knew. The results were depressing. Answering machines, overseas on business, in the hospital, currently doing time. Before long, one guy just got in jail, apparently. Interesting. He had enough time to put it on his phone, though. Hi, thank you for calling. I'm currently in jail on a life sentence, but please leave your name and number, and I'll get back to you as soon as I'm done with a life sentence. Thank you. Like, what? Before long, he called everyone he could think of except for one, novice freelance, Sir Chiaki Iso. Chiaki was a bit of an odd duck, a reporter who was scared of talking to people. Norikawa had never known anyone who became so hopelessly flustered in a one-on-one setting. In such a rattled state as to be unable to speak, Chiaki's tendency to become flustered is famous among her freelance writing colleagues. Once she conducted an hour-long interview during which she only managed to ask her interview subject's name, yet another chapter in the legend of hopelessly flustered Chiaki. If she couldn't talk to people, she certainly couldn't do interviews, and if she couldn't get any real interview content, she wouldn't be able to write much in the way of a copy. Would she come to his aid if asked? Quite probably. The issue was whether she would hinder more than help. This was no time for beggars to be choosers. He decided to call up Chiaki. What he needed now were more dependable folks he could count on. He decided to email all his contacts from back in the staff reporter days. Probably. Why are you sad? There's no reason to be sad. Oh my gosh! Yoshimelon donated $1, the superior way to read ebooks. Are you talking about the stream? I can see. So, yeah. Prisoner peeing on the street, don't ask me why, he just did. Public indecency. Sounds about right. What he needed now were dependable folks he could count on. He decided to email all of his contacts from back in his staff reporter days. Emergency alert. Come to Heaven Publishing ASAP. If not, someone is going to die. Minoru Minorikawa. The message might have been extreme, but it was technically true. Still, he was taking a risk, hoping that someone would react to the email in time. As it turned out, he got a response before too long. If this is about Toyama, no can do. Sorry. The bluntness of the reply made Minorikawa wonder. Had Toyama been busy burning bridges? Before long, 2 more responses came in, but they both contained a similar answer. No dice, then. Waiting around for someone to turn up to help save the day was probably a big waste of time. Without any other real options, Minorikawa decided to call up Chiaki. What? No, no. The phone rang several times before a sleepy voice finally answered. Sound only Chiaki Iso. Mellow. Chiaki, hi, it's Minarikawa. Are you free today? Huh? What? She seemed thrown by the abrupt question.
Did you just wake up?
Huh? No, I mean, well, yeah. Good morning. Her voice still sounded half asleep.
So then I'm guessing you don't have any work slated for today, as usual.
Pretty much. No work, no money, no food. Nothing to do except sleep. If I'm not awake, I can't dwell on how hungry I am. She didn't sound well, almost like she literally didn't have anything to eat. There we go.
Well, I've got work for you. I'm over at 4-Star General Gossip. Get over here, ASAP.
What? You really mean it?
That seemed to finally wake her up. Yes, but hurry. Minarikawa decided to assign Chiaki to the rise and fall of Shibuya's vigilante squad. First, I want you to take a look around Shibuya for this group of vigilante types.
By vigilantes, you mean people who have volunteered to help prevent crime? There was a note of relief in Chiaki's voice.
Yeah, that's right, except apparently now they've turned into a nasty street gang.
Did you just say street gang? No, don't be sad. Nuh-uh. No crying. No crying at all. No way, absolutely not. Minarikawa could almost see her shaking her head on the other end of the line. What if I get killed or sold into slavery overseas or something? He doubted there was much chance of a latter, or the former for that matter, but still he understood her concern.
Alright, I hear you, he said. Then how about you go hang around Shibuya Station and do some street interviews for me?
Street interviews? There was a nervous waver in Chiaki's voice now. Oh my gosh, I'm being texted. Real quick. Splash gang! Splash gang!
Yeah, just talk to normal, regular people walking around outside the train station. That should be fine, yeah?
But Mr. Mino, street interviews aren't really my,
Apparently it was beyond her capacity to give her a simple no. No buts! Just interview at least 10 people and get me an article by 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Minarikawa had originally planned to access the Shibuya Now piece because it didn't have any content, but getting some quotes from the people on the street would at least make some useful filler. That gave him a sudden idea. He'd take on the vigilante story himself and have Chiaki handle Shibuya Now. There was plenty of work to keep 2 people occupied throughout the day. The more time-consuming organ market story would have to be cut. So he cuts it anyway. Okay, cool. After explaining what kind of interview he was after, Minarikawa hung up. Okay, I've got us another writer. We'll get it through Toyama somehow.
Toyama shrugged gloomily. Yeah, well, the thing is, there's actually one more problem.
Are you kidding me? Minarikawa couldn't hide the irritation in his voice. What is it now?
The loan company is sending a debt collector over at 4 o'clock. But as you can imagine, I don't have a single yen to give them.
That's less than ideal, yeah. So what's the plan?
Well, they've said provisionally that if next month's issue gets published, they'll be willing to wait on repayment.
Then there's no problem. The issue's coming out guaranteed.
But they're not going to take my word on that anymore. I'm going to need to prove it. If we could fill, say, half of the 12 pages by the time they show up, I could probably convince them.
Alright, Minarikawa said wearily. So for starters, we need 6 pages by 4 o'clock. They had to get all 12 pages done as it was. That made a perfect midpoint to shoot for. Any other problems you'd like to let me know of? Any other problems you'd like to let me know about?
No, Toyama said. No, that's all. I really am sorry about this, Minarikawa. Again, he bowed his head low. Minarikawa felt distinctly awkward. He had known Toyama for years and never been kowtowed like this before.
Yeah, well, just let me handle it, alright?
Minarikawa unfolded a map of Shibuya. The first order of business was deciding where to begin getting content. He marked the editing office with a circle, then considered where to head next. Diet Drink Sales Demo, Center Guy, Where Are They Now, Sakuragauka, Theater Ace, Society of Surveillance, Dogenzaka, Endo Electronics, Sexy Squared, Midoriyama Academy, a university associated with Midoriyama High School. Notable alumni include famous actress Masami Nagahama and National High School Baseball Championship winning pitcher, the Tissue Prince. The Tissue Prince. The Tissue Prince. The guy sneezes so much tissues. Its educational philosophy is summed up in its slogan, Word, Skill, and Beauty. A very high percentage of winners of the Miss Midoriyama contest go on to careers in the entertainment industry. Shibuya Vigilantes, location TBD. The diet drink sales demo was at 1 o'clock, and the interview with Shinsoku arrived for Where Are They Now was slated for 2:30, so those times were set. The question was what to do in the interim. It was a little early, but maybe we should go to Center Guy and get an interview at the Dine Drink Sales demo. It was a bit of a hike, but maybe we should go to Dogenzaka and check out Endo Electronics. Let's go to Center Guy. Once the event started, things might be too busy for him to get any FaceTime. If he got there ahead of time, he might be able to ask more questions.
Okay, I'm heading out. Don't even think about doing anything else stupid while I'm gone. Got it?
Norikawa tossed the draft proposal into his bag and hurried out of Headland Publishing. The what prince? The tissue prince. Alright, and actually with that, let's get this last bad ending, and I think we'll stop it there. Preparations for the Burning Hammer diet drink sales demo seemed to be well underway when he arrived at the Nakane building. Norikawa could hear voices from somewhere ahead as he made his way down the corridor. He knocked on the door and a tired-looking man poked his head out.
Yes, can I help you?
Hi, my name is Norikawa. I'm a freelance writer. I'd like to interview you about Burning Hammer.
Huh, oh, an interview. The man's face lit up with an enormous file. Are you the person in charge?
Are you the person in charge, then? Norikawa asked.
That's me. The name's Junichi Yanakishita. Thank you for your interest in Burning Hammer. Drink all you want and just burn those pounds away.
Instant sales pitch, eh?
Well, at least the guy was confident in his product.
Is that tagline actually true? Norikawa asked. The more you drink, the more you lose?
Absolutely. Have a try for yourself and you'll see. Here, a free sample.
Nakashita produced a small bottle from his jacket pocket. It was full of some kind of red liquid.
So this is Burning Hammer, huh?
Yes, I don't mind telling you it's a fantastic product.
The proud smile and Nakashita's face spread from ear to ear. I got half of what he said, Carly. I can send it to you after the stream. Minakara opened the bottle.
Don't do it! Don't do it! Don't do this! 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 Don't do this!
Minarikawa, are you gonna kill somebody? Oh hey, Yanakashita said quickly. Before you drink that.
What?
You're not on an empty stomach right now, are you?
Minarikawa blinked. What?
Well, if you drink the product on an empty stomach, how do I put this? There's some minor health, I mean, it's just the body might not, it's just,
Look, don't strut the details, it's fine, Minarikawa said. I didn't have any breakfast this morning, but hey.
Ah!
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He tipped the tiny bottle back and drained it in a single go. Uh-oh. It didn't taste bad, really. In fact, it didn't taste much like anything. Not much flavor, huh, he said. Well, yeah, it starts that way in the beginning. Are you feeling all right?
All right, how?
Just, all right. Are you sure you're feeling fine?
Look, what is it, Minarikawa asked. If you want to say something, just say it.
Well, all right then. So it turns out if you drink that on a empty stomach, some nasty stuff can happen to you.
Nasty stuff? Meaning what exactly?
Well, let's see. First, there's a tingling sensation on the tongue.
Indeed, an uncomfortable tingling was starting to spread along Minarikawa's tongue.
After that, your whole body starts to get hot, like frosh. You fool! Why would you do this?
Minarikawa felt a flush spread across his skin.
You'll start sweating all over. Sweat was practically steaming from his pores. A sort of steam will start coming out of your ears and nose.
Water vapor began to gush from his ears and nostrils as if from a kettle that had reached a boil.
And finally... I'm just in awe. Did he can fly? Before Minarikawa could hear what the last thing was, his body launched into the air like a rocket. His head crashed into the ceiling and he crumpled right back to the floor. It felt like his heart might shoot out from his throat at any moment. Yeah, it kinda goes like that, Yanakashita finished. He looked down at Minarikawa with pity in his eyes.
It goes kinda like that? What the hell are you thinking selling something like this?
Well, it's just,
This isn't a diet aid. It's a death trap.
Norikawa shuddered, his whole body racking with pain.
Well, be fair now, I did ask whether or not you were on an empty stomach.
Go to hell, you psychopath. You can't be allowed to sell this poison. I'm taking you down.
Clutching his pen as if he were a sword, Norikawa lurched to his feet, his mind little more than a blur.
Die!
He lurched for his foe. Yanakashita screamed.
Over the course of the next 2 hours, Minorikawa chased the diet drink salesman around the building in a berserk haze. When someone finally alerted the police, it took 4 officers to subdue him, and he finally came to his senses. In his detention cell, the 4-star general gossip deadline had long since passed. He turned and faced the wall, muttering to himself, "If only I'd eaten breakfast." Number 14, Feeling the Burn. Drinking Burning Hammer turned Minorikawa into a rampaging maniac who wound up getting himself arrested. So yeah, showing up at the sales demo ahead of schedule? Bad call. Maybe when we had time to kill, he should have went to Zendendo Electronics instead. Alright. So I think that's going to be it, though, for the stream. So, what we're going to be doing next time... Yeah. So what we're going to be doing next time is, I'm going to head back into this real quick. So here's what we'll do at the end of the stream. Raid, I've seen a lot of different names, so we probably can. Well, we'll see. We'll see. So this list of bad endings. So let's just go over the bad endings so far. So we got, in the first one, we have, Kano resigning because he tried to interrogate Achi, who was innocent. We have Kano losing sight of everybody and realizing he fucked up. We have Kano getting hit by a book and blacking out. We have Kano getting shot. And we have Kano drinking Burning Hammer and blowing up and dying. Achi's endings so far, we have Achi being arrested by police. We have Achi getting kicking Kano in the face and then getting arrested. And then we have Achi just deciding to not focus on the girl and just focus on being a garbage collector. Tama's ending so far is Yanagashita getting killed by Mafia and Minorikawa trashing the entire venue. Minorikawa's endings are Toyama killing himself and him turning into a maniac. And Osawa's ending is his daughters both being kidnapped and him passing out. Where's this? Oh, nice final. Nice. And so far as our time chart shows, we still have to play as Osawa. Tama and Kano are both technically done, though I have to switch everything so that way Tama can get back. Achi, we still have to wait for somebody, and I think we have to wait for maybe Minorikawa. I think. Possibly. We'll figure it out, though. But we do have a few choices in this one, so... But right now, we need to make sure we do not go to the interview early. Otherwise, Tama is going to be screwed. So, cool. Let's head back to the title screen. Cool. All right, let's let me go see if we can raid somebody. No. No. I mean, we are still doing one more stream today. So, like, yeah. I also cannot see what is being typed in chat anymore, so I'm guessing some emojis I can't see. We've raided Aderon like super recently. So, gamer. Let there be light. True, because I don't have a light in my room anymore except for that one. I like how I typed in Splatoon 2, and it comes up with this stream. Pretty sure I've scarred a lot of people this stream then. Probably. Yeah, no, there's no possible way I'd raid V in. Not really seeing anybody.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing anybody that, like, especially with, like, because I'm pretty sure we have, like, a small group because of this game. Squidman, he's not streaming right now, is he? Squidman shouldn't be streaming. Unless he just started. With Korra? That... They should be already done by that, with that by now, right? 602? Yeah, no, they already ended. Yeah, that one absolutely just ended. Is she Chadley playing this one? Would help if I spelled his name right. Chadley. Yeah, why not? I've never raided Chadley before, so why not? So we'll do... let's raid Chadley. We'll do Shibuya Kit raid. And I know of Chadley, I've just never raided him before. So yeah, let's raid Chadley. He's playing Super Mario Maker 2. Looks like he's doing fewer levels. Let us go raid him. And then we'll be back in about an hour, hour and a half. We'll play some Dead by Daylight. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed 428 Shibuya Scramble. Have a wonderful day, night, morning, afternoon, and or evening. My name is Katathi, and I'll see you guys next time for more Ready Gaming. See you guys later. Peace. Bye, everyone.